BestHotGrill.com.
Russia claims Ukraine carried out a missile strike on the main headquarters of its Black Sea Fleet, leaving one service member missing. Images on social media show large plumes of smoke over the building in Sevastopol Harbor in Russian-controlled Crimea. The Russian-installed governor isn't offering any details, saying only that emergency services have been called to the scene. He's warning residents that another attack is possible, urging the locals to avoid the city center. A Chinese dissident known for posting pictures on social media commemorating the 1989 Tiananmen Square crackdown says he has fled to Taiwan, and he's pleading for help seeking asylum in the U.S. or Canada. In a video posted on X, Chen Ximin says he is in the transit area of a Taiwanese airport. It's unclear how he was able to travel to Taiwan, the self-governing island that China claims as its own. News and analysis, townhall.com. The feds say they've nabbed a prolific spy.
The Justice Department says a government contractor is accused of providing a foreign country classified information that he downloaded and printed from his work computer system. Abraham Teklu Lima, who was originally from Ethiopia, had a top-secret security clearance and access to classified information through contracting positions with the Departments of State and Justice. He is accused of using an encrypted messaging application to transmit maps, photographs, and satellite imagery to the foreign government. Court papers do not identify the country Lima is accused of spying for, but the documents do refer to travel back and forth over the past year and a half to a country where he has family ties. Norman Hall, Washington.
Following the lead of other similar services, Amazon Prime Video will start showing ads during shows and movies early next year, saying customers can pay $2.99 a month to avoid the ads. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio. Yeah!
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning, one and all. Welcome to Mornings with Mike Winters. I am he. That would be me, Mike Winters. Happy, oh, so happy Friday. Buenos Viernes, everybody.
See,
happy Friday.
We made it.
Yes. And we already got 1/3 of the trifecta of our football weekend underway.
That's right.
Goddard got the big victory last night over the Gadsden Panthers.
Bringing them to 4-2 on the season. 35, I believe, to 7.
Yeah. So good job by the Chris's and Gene Down, everybody, for getting that game on the air for everybody. But tonight we got Roswell Coyote action right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
I want to bring your main down a little bit. Your music's a little hot.
Is my
there we go.
There we go. Okay. It's hot.
It's hot.
Oh, everything's hot on Friday.
Is that real hot? Things are fiddled with over here. I just noticed everything's like all off.
Oh yeah, we did. They like, moved computers. And
anger was turned this way. The bell was over here. The pin, the fidget spinner over on this side. It's just pandemonium over here.
He's OCDing out
I
over
am
here.
a little bit. There's a place for everything and everything out of place. Doggone it.
Well, You need some
That
calming?
feels better. This needs to be on this side. That's what it comes down to.
Well, if you need calming help, I do have our DA dogs. You could look at.
Oh, yeah.
The whole set of cards.
I love that they have cards,
They're
too.
cool, isn't it? Isn't it cool?
You turn them over. Oh, they have player stats.
Oh, yeah, it's cool.
This
Those
is
cards
Duke.
are awesome.
Duke's job as a court facility dog to tell victims and witnesses through the judicial process.
So maybe that can help you get through your OCD-ness.
Thanks, Duke, Tina, Kiki, and Bobo the clown.
Bobo the clown we met.
Oh,
Bobo's
yeah?
a character. Good dog.
Nice.
But anyway.
That's really cool.
Yeah. isn't
I
that
do.
cool?
I feel eased.
Well, if you want to meet these dogs, Saturday, the last day of the fair, the Eastern Mexico State Fair, go to the commercial building, go visit the DA's the foundation's booth for the dogs, for the victim advocates, and they're busy working during the fair, during the week part, because they got a day job.
Yep.
But on Saturday they're off, so they'll hang out at the fair and be petted and loved on and all that good stuff. So,
Therapized.
yeah. Happy Friday. Happy Football Friday. Yes, as I said, Coyotes tonight as they take on Clovis. And that game's here at the Wool Bowl, right?
See?
And that game, again, about 6:40-ish. We'll kick off pregame. Kickoff will be at 7. We have Art and Kelly will be at the Wool Bowl to call the game for you tonight. Live streaming video, ksvptv.com. Bulldogs in action as well tonight in Artesia.
Yep.
They're back home, right?
Yeah. Taking on Lovington, I believe.
The Wildcats. All right. So
Ooh, it's Wildcats and Wildcats tonight. Nice. And a Panther last night. Bunch of jungle cats.
it is the first flying this weekend. But we'll have that game for you 9:90 a.m. KSVP, ksvptv.com in the Bulldog channel. So, one other important piece of information I need to give to you on this fine Friday is McDonald's comes through each and every Friday once again, providing us with delicious breakfast treats.
I always forget to put my request in. Honestly, all I really want this morning is a Sprite. Like I might go sneak away and grab a Sprite here in a minute.
Got my unsweet iced tea.
Nice.
2 sweet and lows.
Look at you.
All's right in the world.
Nice.
So
Ever so slightly sweetened and low.
Well, for the bigger cup like that, you need to go 2.
Gotta go 2?
Yeah, you got to go 2. But,
I go 2 for pretty much every unsweet tea, generally speaking.
But like in just a regular sized glass at a restaurant, usually it's a 1 sweet. Low.
Really?
For me.
See, I go 2. I go even
sometimes
like with,
it's 2.
With
sometimes
diner glasses, I go 2.
If it's a big one, then yes, it's 2. But if it's a normal, what would that be? 12 ounce, 16
I call
ounce
it
glass,
like a diner glass.
16 ounce glass or whatever, then I just get the 1 tea.
Those clear
Or one
glasses with
sweet.
the like opaque, crunchy thing on the side that all diners seem to have.
Yeah. Like the old school Pizza Hut.
I was
size
just gonna
cup.
say the old school. Yeah, exactly.
That's a one.
Literally, I was gonna. Yeah,
That's a 1 sweet low for me. That size.
fair enough.
But here's the thing. I only do the sweet and low.
You don't go like equal or.
I mean, I'll use equal if that's all the restaurant has.
Right.
But I will never. But like, I don't like stevia. I don't like Splenda.
I don't like Splenda. Stevia grew on me.
Yeah, I'm not
I didn't
a fan
like.
of any of those.
I'll tell you why I didn't like stevia is because, well, this show's been out for long enough. I feel like I can spoil it. It was a major plot device in the final season of Breaking Bad. So I avoided stevia for a long time until I got on keto, and I'm like, this stuff is awesome.
That Breaking Bad influence.
That's right. I don't care if it's laced with rice, and this stuff is awesome.
Well, that's like the sweet low deal. They're like that saccharin or whatever's in it, that'll kill you. And I'm like, yeah, but you got to eat like a dump truck load of it at one time.
Saccharin is actually semi okay. It's the NutraSweet.
Is that what it is?
Is the one that's been coming out and like catching a lot of heat.
Yeah. The problem is you literally have to eat like 80 pounds of it at one setting for it to do anything. And
right.
I've never come close to that, even when I went 3 sweet lows with my tea.
Oh, dang you, rebel you. Whew, what are you going to knock over a liquor store next?
I like to live dangerously.
Living on the edge, winners over here. Sheesh.
I too like to live dangerously.
They call me 3 Sweet. It's my street name, 3 Sweet.
3 fake sweet.
That's 1 sweeter. Because you're 2 sweet, I'm 3 sweet.
I'm too sweet to quit.
2 sweet to quit. I think that's diabetes.
Oh, yeah. That's Wilford Brimley's catchphrase.
That's right. But all we're trying to say is a big thanks to McDonald's.
Absolutely. Come by. Definitely download that app because they always, every single day, they've got exclusive deals and stuff available through that app. the 20% off your entire order app trumps all other ones for me.
And it's up there every day.
And that's how I get baller status points. I use
love
the
this.
20% one.
I always love the fact that they just to like really get into your head. The let's see, where is it? It's on here right now. But for example, the 29-cent cheeseburger or 6-piece chicken, which you've seen endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
You better use it quick. It expires October 1st.
Ooh, so you got about a week left.
But then on October 1st, they'll renew it for another month.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. They do that all the time. They put the expiration date on there to make you like, ooh, well, I better act on this quick.
Wait, they know we need to be prodded. Humanity needs to be prodded to do things sometimes.
That's right. So 20% off any purchase of $5 or more. You've seen it the entire time you open the app. It expires October 1st.
Nice.
Only to be renewed again.
A big thank you to McDonald's. Download that app. Utilize it. You can pick up your food to the drive-thru. You could go indoors, sit down, and enjoy it. Or you can even have it delivered to your home.
That's right.
They got it covered either way through that app. You build reward points the first time you order through there. And I'm going to say it one time today, one time only. Families with 60,000 kids, download the app, get everyone to order their Happy Meals and everything. Then you can avoid the drive-through conundrum every time of everyone yelling at the speaker, half heard, wait, they want orange instead of grape, whatever it is. You know, it's the struggle.
Yeah. The best part is car full of kids. Right this way, sir.
Exactly. You go up the order, you just give them the 4-digit code, and then you motor on about your day. It's really an amazing thing.
Yes, sir.
So big thank you to McDonald's there. I got a full slate for you for today's show. Let me give you the rundown. This hour, we're going to talk Historical Society and Bloomins. Not Bloomins, Blooms. Bloomers.
Bloomers.
Bloomers. No, we're talking about the Books and Blooms event that's coming up here in October with the Historical Society and Farmhouse Roots. So we're going to have Molly Pierce and Amy McVeigh-Tejas join us here to talk all about the event, which is coming up on the 14th of October. Same day, by the way, is the solar eclipse.
Oh, yeah.
So bring your googlies. We may have some googlies there for you.
And we're right in the path, too.
Yes. So while you're out and about on your day, while you come look at the blooms on the ground and then put your googlies on to look at the blooms in the sky. But so we'll talk with that with them here in just a few. Right at the top of the hour, in the 8 o'clock hour, about 8:05 or 8:10, right after we do our, hey, how you doing?
Our nonsense.
Yeah. We're going to have Barbara Gomez join us with Main Street Roswell. Guess what's going on today and tomorrow?
I believe it has something to do with some chilies and some cheese.
I believe you're right, yes. You may have noticed when you come downtown this morning that they're starting to do, when they block off the courthouse lawn and all that, the side roads and all that. Chili Cheese Festival is today and tomorrow here in downtown Roswell. And you know what that means, a bevy of food, fun, and music.
That's right.
Music can be fun, too.
Music can be a blast.
But it needs its own category. It's outside the realm of just fun.
Music, fun, and fun music.
Yeah, but so Barbara will talk about all the events, including your best pecan pie competition, ice cream eating contest, green chili stew competition, all the fun stuff that's part of that. So
it really does not feel like pecan pie season, but then you realize that tomorrow is the first official day of fall.
It is, even though it'll be like 97 tomorrow.
I know.
Also, in the 8 o'clock hour, we're going to replay an interview. Nook with Asia Market joined us earlier in the week. Had a great conversation with her. Just gave us a quick update on what's happening in the Asian market world. So we'll play that for you. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, Adrian Ragsdale with the Eastern New Mexico State Fair will join us, which is just around the corner. We're about a full-on week away from that one. So she's going to talk. She's going to focus mostly on parade.
Nice.
Since that will be day one of the fair and the official kickoff of the fair. So we'll talk fair and parade with Adrian Ragsdale about 9:15 this morning.
Nice.
Plus, we'll do all of your features that include the news of the local and national varieties. We'll have your Wall Street business updates, your Kim Commando features, all the stuff we normally do, and whatever else. Maybe even that Cowboys report. I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. I'm not going, this isn't an easy place to take shots at y'all, but
we're still going to do it.
Well, no. In this, because I don't like this way. Okay. So I will, in this one, I will back off and say my condolences on your loss of your cornerback.
Oh, yeah.
He is a stud, and that hurts.
Yeah,
and,
that's tough.
And I want my team to whoop y'all on fair playing ground. So I am equally disappointed that Mr. Tavon Diggs will not be part of your starting lineup this year.
By the way, congratulations to the New York Jets on enlisting Uncle Rico as replacement quarterback for Aaron Rodgers.
Well, see, that's the running joke online.
Mm-hmm.
You either go one of two directions, Uncle Rico or Colin Kaepernick. These are the two directions people go.
Equally funny.
with the Jets' new quarterback in the last 2 weeks. So Colin Kaepernick's going to be 85, and they're going to still be thinking, he's still trying to get in. All right, it is 7:18. Let's take a look at your kind of hot weather. Enjoy.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get mostly sunny skies today, and the heat comes back with low pressure over eastern New Mexico and high pressure over the Four Corners. Mid to upper 90s for the afternoon high today. Cloudy overnight with low 60s, and then hot again on Saturday, upper 90s to about 100, and sunny will be in the mid to upper 90s with sunshine Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 70 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 66%. Winds are calm at the moment. Partly cloudy today, and like I said, kind of hot. 97 for a high. Winds will be out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, looking at an overnight low of 66 degrees. Winds out of the west, 5 to 10. So, dare I say, beautiful night to watch some Coyote football out at the Wool Bowl tonight. So, Goddard got the win. Now we got to get the Coyotes get their win tonight. For you Saturday, another hot one. Mostly sunny, highs of 98 tomorrow. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday night, partly cloudy, overnight low is 65 degrees. Winds will be out of the northwest, 5 to 10. Sunday, 94 under sunny skies with winds out of the northwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And then looking at next week at a glance, looks like sunny and 90 for Monday. And then Monday night and Tuesday, the rain chances re-enter the forecast, 20% for Monday night, and then a 20% on Tuesday with highs in the upper 80s. But looks like, for the most part, we're going to be floating right around 90 for a good hunk of next week. All right, it is 20 minutes after 7 o'clock. Let's go ahead and take a quick commercial break here. And then on the other side, we'll have Amy McVeigh-Tejas join us from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico. And on the phone, Molly Pierce with Farmhouse Roots. That's coming up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
More than 50 million Americans live with chronic pain. If you're experiencing pain that interferes with your daily life, Artesia General Hospital can help. Dr. Casey Della Barca and our compassionate team of providers treat a variety of conditions, including arthritis, back and neck pain, migraines, neuropathy, and more. We offer advanced procedures and comprehensive therapy, and we personalize treatment plans to help you get back to living a quality life. Request an appointment at artesiageneral.com/pain.
Listen up, golfers. Pecos Valley Production presents the first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course. This 3-person scramble begins at 11 a.m. with a shotgun start at noon. It's only $450 per team, including food, drinks, and beer. A portion of the proceeds to benefit the Anita Salas Memorial Fund, supporting breast cancer awareness. Sponsorships are available. Contact Maria Sosa at 575-914-2732 for more information and to get signed up. The first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. Sponsored by Pecos Valley Production. Hitting the green since 2016.
Fall time is almost here, and the holidays will be here before you know it. The Calico Cow invites you to move on into the cow and check out the new holiday fabrics arriving daily and take advantage of a huge sale on Brothers sewing machines now through the end of the year. Get free lessons, maintenance, and a first-year cleaning included. Fall into savings at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, now at their new location, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
How low?
0.
The Zero Down Touchdown event is on now at Roswell Nissan with Zero Down on a great selection of vehicles like a 2019 Ford F-150 for just $489 a month, 2021 Nissan Versa just $289 a month, or a 2020 Chevy Spark for just $349 a month. And Roswell Nissan is giving away a brand new TV every day September 21st through the 30th at 6 p.m. Then on September 30th, join Roswell Nissan for the chance to win 2 tickets to see the Cowboys take on the Giants from AT&T Stadium. The Zero Down Touchdown event on now at Roswell Nissan, 2111 West 2nd.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Our God created everything, Genesis says. Most of us have accepted that as fact, but haven't really thought through how awesome it makes our God. Everything started with Him, nothing before and nothing without Him. Do you want a God that is anything less or less able to do what God did and continues to do? He didn't stop there. He not only created everything, but He took the time to create man and woman in His image, different and more than any other part of His creation. He put Himself into each human. Not only that, but He gave us free will to decide to follow Him, to choose Him as our God. Even though He created us, He wanted to give us a choice to choose Him, to make the right choice, not necessarily the easiest choice or the popular choice, but certainly the best choice. He gives us this choice even though He knows that we're going to mess up, that we're going to use that free will that He gave us to make bad decisions. But then He offers His salvation and forgiveness, ongoing every day, because we've chosen Him.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. China has more English speakers than the United States. They have more Chinese speakers, too. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 7 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning from the Historical Society for Southeast New Mexico, Amy Big-Big-Tay is back with us. And then joining us on the phone this morning from Farmhouse Roots, Molly Pierce is with us as well. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Can you hear us okay, Molly?
I can.
Awesome. Good deal. And also, of course, say hi to Amy. She can, I think, officially hear and see you now, or talk to you anyway, not see you.
Good morning. Good morning, Amy.
Good morning. Ghost stuff out there I don't know about, but... So we want to mark people's calendars. I know October 14th, in theory, feels a long way away. It's not. It's like 3 weeks away. So we want to put this on your radar, and the Historical Society has partnered up with Farmhouse Roots here and basically bringing books and flowers all in one place at one time, perfect for a nice fall event.
Yay.
So let's talk a little bit. We'll talk to the book side here in just a minute because unfortunately Molly does have day jobs and other things to do, so we can't keep her. We don't have her for too long here. So Molly, tell us a little about Farmhouse Roots. Talk a little bit about what you guys do, and talk a little bit about what you're going to be bringing to the event here on the 14th.
So Farmhouse Roots is a local grown flower farm. We grow for retail and wholesale.
Okay.
It kind of started out as in my yard. COVID happened and was so excited. There's kind of been a revolution for locally grown flowers when COVID happened, and the fact that shipping was really hard to get things to florists. And so it kind of started small, and it's grown from there. We have learned a lot in regards to the weather here because it's always so hot. Our summer, the very first year, was great. We had tons of summer stuff, but we've kind of found our niche with spring flowers. Spring flowers is where we have the best flowers, and last year was our first year to grow tulips commercially, and everyone loves tulips. So we won't have any tulips in October, but we also provide gardeners with flowers as well. We had an event in the spring where we provided, you could come to the farm and you could buy potted flowers or seeds and that type of thing. So at the Books and Blooms, we're going to have some flower bouquets, but we will also have some peony roots available as well. So those of you who are not necessarily interested in cut flowers also could get you some peonies for your yard to grow your own flowers.
Very good. So you're basically, at the end of the day, you're turning brown thumbs green. That's kind of...
Hopefully, that is our goal, because we all have brown thumbs. You just have to continue to get back out there and try again.
Mine's
'Cause
charcoal
eventually
black.
It'll happen. Yeah.
Mine is charcoal black. It everything I touch is not. Me and planes don't get along. I don't know why. I try, but anyway. But see, that's what I love about this, because it basically and it sounds like you took basically the lemons that were handed to you and made lemonade in COVID, which I love, and it now has turned into a new passion for you, which is awesome. And so I think folks would, maybe you're not into reading, but you're into flowers and planting and gardening and all that stuff. So maybe you come for the flowers and stay for the books, or come for the books and stay for the flowers, whichever way, whatever gets you in the door. But I love that what you got. Now, for folks that maybe they can't come to the event, but they're thinking, wait a minute, I need some flowers. I would love to, maybe I need it for my business, or maybe I want to be a grower as well. So what's the best way to get a hold of your business and get in touch with you?
We're on Instagram and Facebook, but we also have a website, Farmhouse Roots Roswell, and that'll take you right there. Currently, we are winding down for the season in regards to fall. But spring, be looking for stuff. That's when we'll really push again. As our fall season, we were just hot for so long, and now all of a sudden it wants to be nice outside.
Sure,
but
it can't make up its mind.
We know that it's going to come to an end soon, too. So we're winding down this fall, really kind of limiting what we have available. But spring, we'll be back in action. And, in fact, when I say spring, we're hoping to be able to bring tulips to everyone for New Year's.
Awesome.
So,
well, that's what I was asking, because this is where remember I just said I have a charcoal black thumb.
Yeah.
Like, when you want tulips in the spring, do you plant them in the fall to have them in the spring, or does it plant? Yeah, that's where I'm legit asking this question because I'm stupid. I don't know these things.
You do typically plant them in the fall. We are very non-traditional. We are currently hydroponic growers for our tulips in the early, so like from January till March, we're hydroponically growing what we have available.
So get all sciencey and stuff. All right.
It does. It does. It gets very interesting very fast, and there's a lot of science to tulips in regards to we don't typically have enough cooling days for yard tulips. Every once in a while, people do have tulips in their yard if they're in the shade. It just takes a special environment, but we don't see them like they do back east because they get the cold weather.
Gotcha. They get seasons.
Exactly. They have to have about 15 to 20 weeks of cooling, which is anything below 40 degrees.
Gotcha. Yeah, we don't know what that means, below 40.
No, we don't. So we're actually tricking our tulips by keeping them in a cooler under that, so that way they'll bloom.
Nice.
Because they've basically been taught that we have our cooling, and now we can go ahead and come up, because we do have the weather to grow them. It's just the cooling time we don't have.
Yeah, well, and that's where that beauty of science meets nature comes in, where you can take that. And so I love that, this is a bad pun, but literally in the flower business, it's all STEM.
Yes.
I'm going to do it anyway. It was a horrible pun, but I'm doing it anyway.
Molly, before you get off the air, I need to give a sweet shout out to her boys. So the blessings overfloweth when you visit Farmhouse Roots, because future generations literally are working out there. So let's give a shout out to those sweet children of yours.
Yeah.
Where the Pierces are, there's dynamic kids.
Well, it started as a family business during COVID, and it's growing from there, too. So, Molly, one more time, give out your website, everything for people to get a hold of you.
So you can find us on Facebook and Instagram, Farmhouse Roots Roswell. You can also find us on our website, also through Farmhouse Roots Roswell. We are located at 1403 East College, which is 2 doors down from the greenery, across from the zoo entrance on College.
Nice. So while you're out and about at that end, you go and look at the zoo animals, come on over and look at the beautiful flowers.
And don't come now. It's getting kind of brown. We're getting brown. So come in the spring, because then it'll be beautiful.
Season. Yeah.
On behalf of the Historical Society, we just want to give a shout out to the Pierces. Thank you very, very much for not only being members of the society, but allowing us this wonderful opportunity to work with great people.
Absolutely. So, Molly, we don't want to get into trouble, so we'll let you go. And
thank you guys so much.
Thank you, and we look forward to seeing you on the 14th, if not sooner.
Yay!
All right. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, yeah, she's on the run here, so let her get to it. That was Molly Pierce with the Farmhouse Roots business here. Like you said, we're going to see them in full bloom on October 14th. Now, that is actually half the event. It's a busy day. As I mentioned earlier, it is October 14th, which is also just so happens that Mother Nature decided we're going to do a solar eclipse on that day. So good news about that one is that one goes wherever you are. So bring your glasses with you. I think we're going to try to work to have some glasses available for folks there as well. And so while you're there, come look at the flowers and then look at the solar eclipse. And we joke, but I don't think we're joking. You sweet talk Amy enough, maybe I don't know, donations or just whatever. She might even give you a tour, say the roof of the archive.
The pledge is out there. You make a donation, whether you want Mike Winters to take you on the roof, we can make things happen. I'm just saying.
I know people like to go alone with me in elevators. That's usually just the rule I found. But anyway, and of course the other half of this is our historic book fair that we do a couple times a year, and I'm going to start the way we always start. Mm-hmm. We're not selling you the good stuff, and please don't take that as an offense. But what I mean by that is, if there's rare books that we only have 1 or 2 copies of, or things like that, we do not make those available for sale. We keep those as part of the archive collection. What you see are rare historical books that we happen to have several copies of already. And I'm not going to lie to you, we're going to keep the good copy. So the best copy is still going to go to the archives for all to have. But if we got a few other copies, maybe they're not perfect, or maybe we've cannibalized a little bit to take the jacket off one to make the perfect thing. But anyway, if we've got several extras of those books, then we like to allow you to make that a part of your collection. Because we know a lot of people here love to collect old books and love to keep, especially if you're from here, and some of the stories in some of these books you can't find in other places anymore except for these books. And so if you are doing your own little preserving of history, we'd love to have you come be a part of that. And of course, if you're one that loves to do book decor, maybe you're not so much of a reader, but you love old books on the walls and stuff. We have a bunch of old books that aren't really valuable, but look cool for that kind of purpose.
Valuable for decor.
Yeah,
they're those hard to come. It's not that easy accessible just for the decor, but I'm telling you, we've got a little bit of everything. John, I know, was upstairs working yesterday. He was going through everything, double, triple, quadruple checking what we have. We just got a donation of some great things. Spoke to Donna Blake Burchell. Donna Blake Burchell and Sean LeMay will be autographing.
Our tag team author duo are going to be there.
Yeah, it's a perfect timing with John's Witch book and her ghostly getaways, and for
2 weeks before Halloween, there's a lot of
great gifts.
There.
Great gifts, a lot of fun things. We just want to encourage everybody to come out on that day. Stay out, support local. Huge shout out to everybody from Museum Day. That's a perfect example when we have a lot going on. Yes, huge shout out to all the museums in Roswell. And you say, what does that have to do with something else? I've been asked quite a bit, Mike, why in the world are you doing the Books and Blooms event on Eclipse Day? Well, last weekend is a perfect example. All day people were out and about enjoying all that Roswell has to offer. So I encourage people to get out, stay out, support local, and don't you dare let even come out of your mouth. There's not a lot to do in Roswell.
We're the biggest small town on the planet.
We are.
And we have a small town mentality. That's why people are like, wow, we got to coordinate events and all this. And yes, we got to. I understand that. But we're a town of 50,000. We're too big to coordinate everybody's events.
Last Saturday, I had to take it all in, Mike. We came early. The weather was beautiful. Had a great event. We had hundreds of people. Then and by the way, we'll give a shout out to the Hobson family. Just want to honor and celebrate the legacy of Larry Hobson. With his philosophy, it's all about the kids.
Absolutely.
Mike, right after that funeral, when I went straight back to the museum, thinking about Mr. Hobson saying it's all about the kids, knowing hundreds of kids had come through our doors, and even through this event.
Yeah.
Get these kids out. Let them celebrate the blooms and the books.
With
and
fair coming, it all is the same thing. By the way, since you mentioned the funeral here, if you did miss it or you weren't available and you want, we've streamed and filmed the funeral for out of town friends and family, so it's on demand. Not that I imagine a lot of people are going to want to go back and watch funerals because That's not what people do. But
well,
but it is there
it was
for people that
celebration.
For people that maybe you missed it, or maybe you do want to go back and see it. Whatever it is, it's available at kspptv.com. It's got its own channel up there.
And 2006 recipients of our Heritage Award were the Hobsons, honoring the Hobson. When I think Hobson legacy, I think 1956 Little League World Series. Harold Hobson, then we think Larry Hobson, and then of course Hobsons are still blessing us everywhere. So huge shout out to Jerry and Whitney and Vicky and all the Hobsons.
I gotta be honest,
man, that's a legacy.
If you live in Southeast New Mexico, or at least Chavez County, at some point your life was impacted by the Hobson family. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I would even maybe spread that out to Southeast New Mexico, but I could guarantee at least Chavez County, your life's been impacted in some way.
100%. So we are sharing love to the legacy of the Hobson family. Yeah. Mike, I just want to remind individuals that are, Mike's on our board at the Historical Society, and that is one of the sweetest things that we do is just honoring those rich legacies. Man, we hate for greatness. We've lost greatness. So I want to give a shout out to the Brola family, and our precious Santa Claus, our vintage Santa Claus David that passed, Hubert Quintana, these legacies. What an honor, though, it is to continue honoring these legacies.
Well,
that is part of us. And
it's part of life. It is. We're not going to have everybody forever.
No.
As much as we want that to have that, we're not. So we have to do two things. One, while we have them, celebrate them and appreciate them.
You better believe it.
And when they're gone, remember their legacy and use them as the reminder to create the next generation of Larry Hobsons and all these wonderful people that have made such an impact in our community.
Well, and speaking of that, our Heritage Dinner coming up is honoring the legacy of Mary Lou Glass.
Speaking of more of that,
which Mike, yesterday was 1 year since we had lost her.
It's so.
Can you believe that?
It's one of those things that, like, when you say that,
Lou.
you can't believe it, but then you look back and think it's like, wow, it's been a lot going on. Since then,
it really has. So I want to remind individuals, whether you have received something in the mail, whether you haven't, an invitation is out on behalf of the Historical Society. We are thrilled to be honoring Mary Lou Glass in November. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Go to our website at roswellnm.org. To celebrate and purchase Heritage Dinner tickets to honor Mary Lou Glass, pay it forward. Huge shout out to Miss Wanda. Miss Wanda Davis is a member of the Historical Society. And every time she's picking up that phone, she's blessing and making sure her dinner's covered, but she's blessing others. So
good deal.
Huge shout out to people like that. I know she doesn't give for that purpose. I just love people that continue to bless others. That's what we're all about. So please, it is not too late.
Absolutely. Please, we get your tickets.
Yep.
We have two different options, as we do normally. For $100, you can get the box that feeds two.
Yep.
And once again, Peppers is on it with the delicious, I forget what the meals are on there.
Is great. And let's put it this way.
Is it brisket chicken?
We've upped it. We've upped
prime rib, that's right. Okay. I forgot what we were doing. I knew it was good, but I forgot what it was.
Well, and it is Miss Mary Lou. And for people wondering, why did we select the menu or why are we doing this? Know the legacy of Mary Lou Glass. I have the honor and privilege of connecting with Zoa, her beautiful daughter. And from the beginning, the influence and legacy of Mary Lou Glass. Zoe was right there with me, just making sure those special touches. For example, I want to remind people, if you do nothing but collect books for children, Miss Mary Lou is an educator. So let's make sure and collect those books. You can call the Society at 622-8333. We're accepting books from now until Christmas to honor the legacy of Mary Lou Glass through education.
Absolutely.
So that's a great way. But it is not too late to RSVP. We want to remind individuals that our event the actual event is on November the 9th. That's a Thursday.
What's the deadline again to get your RSVPs
Well,
in?
it was yesterday.
Is it?
But,
okay.
And I think I have talked to Peppers, and they've said, thank you for the updates. Let's go ahead and extend that because we've got those procrastinators. We love you and appreciate your support, but ask you call today. Let's give this example, Mike. If they do nothing but call 622-8333, if you're listening and you've bought a box or a bundle in the past and you want to pay it forward, will you please, because we need the numbers, give us a call, 622-8333, give us your name and give us what you would like. You can mail us a check. That's absolutely fine. We'll even pick up the check. We just need to get those those numbers in. So the deadline was yesterday. Peppers has nicely extended that for 1 week's time.
Okay.
So I think as long as we're good by next Friday, that will be our true
but
cutoff
this is
to
a
know
drop
the numbers.
deadline.
That's exactly
and
right.
I know some
Please
of you
don't put
thinking,
it
wow,
together.
November, that's an early one. And it's the world we live in. That's what it is. In the world we live in. And yeah, we're not in the COVID world per se anymore.
Right.
But as far as supply and demand for restaurant industry, food, prices, costs, availability is still a very hit or miss prospect right now.
Well,
so to
we've got
make sure Adam has enough time, we got to make sure.
Because we've got a great menu with salmon dip and prime rib. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great value. It's the food is always good. So if you can go for the food and honor Mary Lou, and go for the Vitafuster, it's all good.
Every time. I've never had a bad one yet. Even things I didn't think I'd like, I loved. So,
and we can't judge it. We got to go in trying it, and it's always
like
good.
you know me
they
and
can
fruit
change
and
your
everything.
mind.
Every
and
dessert
then we changed it. Even Mike was loving the fruit things. So now we've got some chocolate. It's great. We're working on some commemorative gifts. So if you purchase a bundle for $500. You're going to receive something you've never received before and you'll never get again.
And the bundle comes
special.
with 5 boxes, which is 10 meals, and we can break that up. So if you want to take a box to one location and then a box, because that also comes with delivery.
That's exactly right.
When we do the $500, which is equivalent to a table, we kind of sponsorship.
Right.
So with that, you get five boxes, 10 meals, which you can deliver to 5 different places if you want
That's
to.
right.
We can't break up the boxes. We can't go that.
Nope, we can't split
but we
that
can,
up,
because once Peppers does their thing, we don't touch it's all sanitary safe and all that. So we literally don't mess with the bags once Peppers does their thing.
But if you had a box delivered to your neighbor and they live alone, I'm telling you right now that would cover at least 2 meals, if not more. It's always generous portions.
Yeah,
and I think that's a great way to bless your neighbors.
Yeah, if you get a box and you're by yourself, you will have at least 2 to 3 meals worth of stuff.
A double, triple blessing. That's for sure.
But please get that into us now. And like you said, all the stuff goes back to the Historical Society and everything that we do. It continues those 4th grade school tours. It continues the museum being open and that archive facility being open.
If you're not familiar with our drive-thrus, we want to encourage people to get a couple of groups together. Or maybe it's you went to church with her. Maybe you taught with her. We want to encourage people get a group of 8 to 10 teachers or get your church group together and do your own celebration of Mary Lou, whatever that looks like, whether it's a pajama party, whether it's an upscale candlelight dinner, formal dress,
and all that.
share it with us. We've got great testimonies, and we just really want to celebrate the legacy of Mary Lou Glass, irreplaceable, undeniably one of the hardest working women I have ever met. And let's just take a moment to celebrate her and all the great things Historical Society. And we do. This is a fundraiser. This is our annual award fundraiser. So the Heritage Award dinner, it's for 31st annual dinner. We're celebrating the legacies first, but it is one of our primary fundraisers. So we need the support.
Yeah, this is our one of our main ones each year. It is a twofold. We love to honor and show, put people on a pedestal that have done so much for our community. That's the first and foremost part. But the cost of doing business, it does cost to make the sausage. It costs to do all that stuff. So we have to do that side of it too, just to make sure that we preserve the things that we want to make sure are available long after we're gone.
That's right.
So we'd ask you, come on out, come get your, like you said, we got 1 week. Call Amy or reach out, email Amy or come by the
History
Historical
Director.
Society.
If you do want to do nothing else but email me, historydirector@outlook.com. If you need to do a quick text and say, give me your name and say, I'm in for a bundle, you can even text me at 575-915-4471 or leave a message at 622-8333. Huge shout out to everybody supporting us. Huge shout out to the Bulldogs last week for a great win in Artesia last week. And then Gina and I were talking football last Saturday. And huge shout out to all of our locals supporting homecoming and everything. I love this town. I love Friday Night Lights. I love everything about it. And we're just celebrating history too. It's just fun. If you say this, the Debbie Downer of, there's not much to do on the weekend. I'm telling you, support your local teams and all the great the youth.
Absolutely.
Going back to what Larry Hobson said, it's all about the kids.
Yeah.
I don't care if you have somebody on teams or not. That's not what it's about. Just get out and celebrate our locals.
Absolutely. Yeah, support the kids, the hard work. Because guess what? These kids that you see on Friday nights or on Thursdays in the gyms or, or out on the soccer field or the pitch, I guess is what it's called, or out running track or in the band or doing FFA. All of these kids are going to be the kids that are going to be our city councilors, our mayors, our business owners, our community leaders. These are the folks that when we're all sitting there telling kids to get off our lawn in the front yard and complain about everything that we do when we get old and crotchety, these are going to be the folks that continue the legacy of what this community
And I know
is.
we're running out of time. One thing I haven't challenged on the radio, if you're listening and would love to impact the legacy of New Mexico Youth Challenge Academy, we would love to add additional scholarships. We've got our next group graduating in December.
Awesome.
If you wanted to do nothing but say, you know what, I'm in for another $500 scholarship. All of our scholarship monies go directly back to New Mexico Youth Challenge. Please call us at 622-8333 to do that. And Mike, while I'm thinking about it too, candidate forum. We're both part of that.
Less than a week away.
That's right. Next Thursday.
That's going to be at the Roswell Convention and Civic Center. We will have live streaming video and radio coverage.
Yay!
It'll also be on demand for video.
Thank you.
Not on radio. Once it happens on radio, it happens. But
Right.
but
Thank
on the video, and so you can go back and watch it. So what I recommend, be there next Thursday. I believe, is it 5 that it starts?
Well, the doors open at 5:30. The actual forum will start at 6.
Okay,
I've
seen 3 of them times, so I've been telling everybody 5 just to make sure you're safe.
Well, that's exactly right. And follow the Leadership Roswell Alumni Association Facebook, and everything. But to my understanding, the doors open at 5:30. The event starts at 6.
And we're going to have the city council candidates, the judge candidates, and school board. So pretty much every person that you can vote for in this upcoming municipal election in November from my knowledge, will be there to talk to.
I just want to give a great plug to the catering department through the Roswell Independent School District. You call them up, and they are there doing great things, and I want to appreciate it. They are partnering with us next week. We want to thank them too. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely, it's and then your part is vote informed. That's what we ask from you.
Get involved.
If you can't be there next Thursday, then please watch ad nauseum that video. Go back, go to the event. Anything you missed, then you can go back in the video and say, what did they say again? I can't remember. Did I hear that right? And then you can go back and hear it. But there's also a side to it if you're there that we can't provide you. And that's, we've got the cameras, and we give you the cameras on the thing, and we'll bring you all the action. But it's hard to read the room through a video.
Right.
And so if you want to see how other people are feeling, maybe seeing some of the side reactions to some things that the camera doesn't pick up, all those are important nuances when determining your candidate. Be there in person for the event. It's free of charge. I think they're going to be doing door prizes.
I hope we fill it up.
Yeah,
that's not a. I mean, I don't want to exceed capacity or whatever, but we want to encourage our community to show up.
Yeah, I think
stop griping and complaining. Sit back, listen, and
I think I heard something about they're going to have seating for 150. I'd like to see all 150 of those seats. And they said, you know what, we need to bring out 10 a few more chairs. That would be the problem I'd like to have.
That would be a great problem.
Not the part where we're all beaten and trying to get in, but that part.
That's
there.
right.
Some of those,
if
you're doing that, I'd be like, go to ksvptv.com, get on your phone, sit in your car, we'll get out of here.
Well, and I think it's important to remind individuals listening for the candidate forum, we've got the tables out in the foyer, so the candidates that are running for office, if you're supporting a candidate, you can get information at that point to have at your homes and different things to share. That's part of this process, and that's why we scheduled it abruptly so everybody can get involved. Let's support
and early
our
voting's
locals.
right around the corner. It starts up.
It is.
And then, unfortunately, Fair Week kicks off that first. Not saying unfortunately.
Right.
It's fortunately, but unfortunately for timing here,
yes,
it's that
we've
week.
got that timing thing.
And so and we obviously don't want to do a forum during the fair because that's a very busy time for all of these candidates as well. A lot of them will, and that's the coolest thing. You could easily spend hours just walking around, look at all the exhibits and art and all the
arts and crafts building, the educational buildings. So we'll have our exhibit. Historical Society is celebrating quilting. So it's 101. It's going to be fun. Well, we're celebrating 101 years of quilting, the legacy of. So stop by our booth, stop by Educate Arts and Crafts Building. Just let's cover it all. We have a great fair. Come
Absolutely.
on. There's no coincidence we've been doing this for 101 years. I think we've been doing some things right. And huge shout out to that legacy.
Yeah, you tend to get a few things right after doing it 101 times. It'll even be better in 102, I'm going to guess here.
Well, a huge shout out to my son. He'll be with Island Noodles out there. If you don't know what that is, I'm like, heck yeah, that's fun.
Good deal.
Celebrate all the great food.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
something
come hungry.
do the Mike Winters thing
Yeah.
and support all of it.
I like
I'm just
walking around
saying.
and hit
I'm
them
just
all,
saying,
man.
heck
You just hit them all. It's just so much great food and so much. I mean, it's all there.
It's
Why not?
fun.
You're like, do you want chicken? I'm like,
I want it all.
I will hit one. Right now, I'll get this.
That's what Ralph and I
come back
do.
later.
Just do the plethora of a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and the rule applies as it does every year. If you eat fair food at the fairgrounds, they don't count calories.
Oh, there
if
you
you
go.
take the it's root on the coyotes
Homecoming.
this
There you
evening.
go.
7:55. Let us pause for your Wall Street business. Actually, you know what? Let's do Chaves County Sports Report, Wall Street Business Update. Quick break before news. Don't go away.
It's time for the Chavez County Sports Report, a rare Thursday night football game in Anthony, New Mexico. And the Goddard Rockets surpassed the Gadsden Panthers by a score of 35-7 last night to move to 4-2 on the season. That was Gadsden's only second loss of the season. Gadsden scored first, but then Goddard scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. Zach Arellano's 68-yard touchdown run, Dominic Ramirez 4-yard touchdown run. Then John Silva hit Ramirez with a 55-yard touchdown pass, and that made the score 21-7, and Goddard rolled from there. Tonight, you got Roswell at home, 5-0 against Clovis, which is 1-4. Dexter's 5-0. They'll be at home against Robertson tonight. NMMI 4-1 at home against undefeated Loving. Hagerman at home against Santa Rosa, and Gateway Christian, another home game against Dora. The Sports Report brought to you by DSI. Call DSI for all your office technology needs. I'm Eric Butler at Roswell's Talk FM 106.5.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander. The number of Americans filing new claims for unemployment benefits dropped to an 8-month low last week, pointing to persistent labor market tightness, even as job growth is cooling. The report from the Labor Department on Thursday also showed unemployment rolls in early September were the smallest since January. The travel boom has delivered bumper earnings for U.S. carriers, but no-frills airlines such as Frontier and Spirit are struggling to return to sustainable profitability. That has made some of them weigh premium price offerings, including first-class seats, customer lounges, and branded foods, even as they expect fares to remain the primary driver for bookings. Florida agriculture losses from Hurricane Idalia are estimated at between $78 and $371 million, with widespread damage to such infrastructure as irrigation rigs and fences. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bill Alexander in Washington.
Did you get a lowball trade offer on your vehicle? Did you spend hours haggling over prices? Were you laughed at because of your credit? Of course not. You made the smart choice and went to Roswell Ford. At Roswell Ford, there's never been a better time to save thousands and get approved for the new car or quality pre-owned vehicle you've always wanted. Our lenders' approval requirements are more forgiving than ever. If you have a steady job and proof of residence, you could be approved in minutes. Even with bad credit or no credit, over mileage on your lease, or buried on your loan, Roswell Ford will take any trade, even if you owe $6,000, $8,000, even $10,000 more than your old car is worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. If you're looking for a new or quality pre-owned vehicle at or near your current monthly payment with little or no money down, visit Roswell Ford today for incredible savings. Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell. Plus tax and tag, trade balance refinance to the new loan, subject to lender approval, offers not combined.
A night of music that'll bring you joy. Compassion presents We Are Messengers, Where the Joy Is tour, with special guest Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Sunday, October 15th in Carlsbad at Walter Gerald's Performing Arts Center. We Are Messengers, Where the Joy Is tour with Cochran and Company and Ben Fuller. Tickets are available now at wearemessengersmusic.com.
Oasis Computers has been Roswell's trusted source for home and small business computers for over 30 years, and they continue to be your best resource for computer repairs, operating system upgrades, web root managed, antivirus, special orders, and more. Oasis Computers is now open from 8 to 1, Monday through Friday to better serve you. Service calls by appointments and after-hour appointments are available too. Stop by Oasis Computers at 1703 North Garden or call or text 575-625-9141 for even faster service.
on air and online. This is Roswell's home for talk radio. KEND Roswell.
I'm Rich Thomas. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez of New Jersey and his wife indicted on bribery charges. The charges announced a time ago by federal prosecutors against the 69-year-old Democrat come almost 6 years after an earlier criminal case against him ended with a deadlocked jury. The latest indictment is not related to the earlier charges that allege that Menendez accepted lavish gifts to pressure government officials on behalf of a Florida doctor. There is a tropical storm warning posted along parts of the East Coast.
It's time to batten down the hatches in the Carolinas and coastal mid-Atlantic. Meteorologists at the National Hurricane Center say a low-pressure system designated as potential tropical cyclone 16 is headed toward the North Carolina coast and will move across eastern North Carolina, southeastern Virginia, the eastern shore, and head towards southern New England over the weekend. It's packing winds of 50 miles per hour, and forecasters say there's a high chance it will strengthen, bringing the potential for heavy rain, damaging winds, high waves, and flooding from a storm surge from 1 to 5 feet above normal at high tide. A tropical storm warnings in effect from Cape Fear, North Carolina, to Fenwick Island, Delaware, the Outer Banks, and the Chesapeake Bay. I'm Jennifer King.
Russia claims Ukraine carried out a missile strike on the main headquarters of its Black Sea Fleet in Crimea, leaving one Russian service member missing. The White House blaming Republicans for the southern border crisis. It began almost as soon as President Biden took office. Thousands of asylum seekers have overwhelmed agents in recent days along parts of the U.S. border with Mexico. The United Auto Workers Union threatening to expand its strike against the 3 Detroit automakers at noon Eastern Time if there's been no progress in contract talks. On Wall Street this morning, stocks are trading higher. The Dow is up 18. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Donald Trump's indictment proves that saving America is not going to be easy. There are entrenched powers that are fighting this with everything they've got. They want to keep control over the country, the narrative, and the nation's money supply.
Here's an important message. Diabetes. Do you like your fitness? Your blood sugar levels? One does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, CGM. You don't need to purchase anymore. It's easy to use. You may track your diabetes treatment decisions. If you are your sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare, major insurance coverage, you may be able to CGM to know pocket. Shipping is free and will even your insurance before you are testing sugar 3 or more times, injecting insulin or insulin pump. Diabetes Solution Center now to end the painful and get your own glucose monitor or GM.
New high-speed rail line making its debut today.
Florida's Brightline will begin running trains between Miami and Orlando on Friday, reaching speeds of 125 miles per hour between the state's biggest tourist hubs. It becomes the only other high-speed rail in the nation outside of Amtrak's Acela line, which operates between Washington and Boston. The 3.5-hour route is a $5 billion bet by Brightline's owner, Fortress Investment Group. Passenger Kelly McKenna says she likes the convenience.
Coffee, you could work on it, like it's really easy, and I didn't have a car.
Brightline plans possible extensions to Tampa and Jacksonville. If the venture is a success, it could lead to more high-speed train lines between major cities in the U.S. I'm Jennifer King.
Following marathon talks yesterday, reports of progress toward ending the 5-month screenwriters' strike. It has brought many film and TV productions to a halt. There are more talks scheduled today in Los Angeles. More on these stories at townhall.com. RoswellTalkFM.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man on this force will rest for one.
Of the DJ, the travel west, and what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican world radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 8 o'clock. Welcome. And I do mean welcome to hour number 2.
Drive-by juice.
Of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy Friday, everybody. Big thank you real quick to the fine folks at McDonald's, because each and every Friday they are kind enough to sponsor our show and provide us with delicious breakfast treats. And they did not disappoint once again. I got my iced tea. I'm about halfway through it. The only thing that's making me sad is I only got half a tea left. But big thank you to them for supplying. Don't forget to download the app. Utilize it. It is your friend. Go through drive-through. You can have it delivered. You can have it ordered, and then waiting for you when you get there, and you can sit down and enjoy it with your family. It's a game changer. So download it. Big thank you to McDonald's here. So we're going to start this hour a little early because my next guest here is a little busy.
Yeah, a little.
So joining us here in studio right off the bat is Barbara Gomez is back with us with Main Street Roswell. Good morning.
Good morning.
She is not completely frazzled yet.
No. I mean, my hair is not completely, completely frazzled, but it's getting there.
Yeah, granted, it's only 8 in the morning, but
yeah, give me time.
Let's give her a little breathing space day. But if in case you're just somehow stumbling upon your radar, today it begins the Chili Cheese Festival.
The
day
30th
one.
Annual Chili Cheese Festival.
Yeah, day one, and it's of course right here on the Chaves County Courthouse lawn.
Mm-hmm.
2 fun-filled days of just music, entertainment, lots of shopping, lots of eating,
food.
Lots of stuff going on.
Lots of stuff going on. Absolutely, Mike. Thank you for having me on this morning.
Thank you for coming in. And I know you've got a lot of fires to stomp out and stuff. So
we're
we'll
going to
get you in and
we'll
get you on the way.
Right on it. Hey, you guys. Yes, today starts the Chili Cheese Festival. We start today at noon.
Yes.
So we're doing setup this morning. Dots. So they have prepared ice kinds of stuff, and they do have ice cream and cotton candy. And this year, which I'm really excited about because they have absolutely wonderful barbecue, but Backdraft Barbecue is going to be joining us.
Good.
So they're going to be out there.
Good deal.
If you have not gone to Backdraft Barbecue.
Are they going to have the food truck, or they're going to be out there?
The Wild West soda and those fresh brewed teas.
Sarsaparilla fans.
Yep. So you know what? They sell some really great glasses there, like bracelets and necklaces. We also have food out there. People will be selling cookies and breads and different things because this is almost like a
celebrate. Hence the chili cheese side. We celebrate those green chilies we all love.
Right.
We're celebrating the dairy industry with the
That's
ice cream
right.
and the cheese and all that. And of course, since we all go nuts with that, as part of this event, they're going to have the pecan pie contest and all that. So that's another part of pecans in the nut industry.
Yeah.
That's so this festival is all about celebrating our farming and ranching and all that.
Yeah, our farming and ranching heritage.
And so there's a little bit of everything. There's a little chili, there's a little dairy, there's a little nutty.
Yeah. And nutty is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love green chili stew. I have a friend that likes to say you're too Texan to eat it, Barbara. So I still kind of choke up with it, but I do like it.
Yeah.
My body's getting used to it. But anyway, just let me tell you who else is going to be there.
Yeah, real quick so we can get you
so I
to
can
it.
get out there. The farmhouse is going to be there. The farmhouse on 2nd Street. So some of our Main Street merchants that have brick and mortar like to come down also and join us right on the courthouse.
And if you don't see what they have at their table there, walk over to their store and see the rest of it. Yeah.
And then, of course, we're going to have something fun for the kids. So we're going to have the trains out there the little bouncy house. So there'll be something for kids.
So if
as well.
mom and dad want to shop and the kids are being, let them ride the train while
put them
you
on
get
the
to go,
train.
and then you go do your thing.
And of course, we're going to have corn. We're going to have our usual people with metal arts and curios and accessories,
handmade,
and
handcrafted,
wood engraving. So there's going to be so many things out there, Mike, that they just need to come out there and see.
And don't forget 2 solid days of live music. All some live bands, DJs. I mean, it's just a cornucopia of music for 2 days.
You know, whenever we talked about the fact that when you think about the Chili Cheese Festival, it encompasses so many cultures because you've got all kinds of cowboys. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody does farming and ranching. Hispanic people, black people, what, you know what I'm saying?
It's a rural community.
It's just a rural community.
We're all in the dirt.
And so we try, that's right. So we try to include, in terms of our entertainment, we want to make sure and honor the different heritages. So
it's a variety.
It's a variety.
A little bit of country, a little bit of Spanish, a little bit of rock and
roll.
roll.
A little bit of rock and roll, yeah. So starting today at 12, we're going to start our DJ, but we have entertainment such as we're going to have the Zumba girls out there. So if you
a lot of dancing,
dancing, we're going to
plus you get to see some of our youth and some of our locals doing their thing.
The little rebels will be out there. The Royal Rebels will be doing a few things tomorrow on Saturday. So today, I like to call it Hispanic, but it's actually flowing into both days. But tonight, we will have 2 Hispanic bands. I mean, full bands, and I'm talking about great bands in town. So if you look at that, the first one is Grupo Dulzura.
Okay.
And they did play at the Piñata Fest, and they were awesome and were very well received. And we're also going to have Maldad. For those of you that
they have a huge following around
they
this
have
part.
a huge
Grupo
following.
Maldad. First, I've heard of Grupo Dulzuro, but I can't say them. So
Dulzura.
I'm butchering it up. I know I am. I'm sorry. My tongue just doesn't roll.
Doesn't roll like that. But the cool thing is we also have a gentleman by the name of Victor Andrada. He's coming all the way from Carlsbad.
Okay.
And when I told him, you know what, I've already blown my budget, so I'd love for you to come, but I don't have any more money. And he said, you know what, I just want to come. It sounds like an awesome event. I've never played in Roswell, but he's a solo guitarist, so if you're wanting to hear, so he does a little bit of jazz.
Like he's going to do a show on Saturday and Friday.
Yes,
so
he's going to do
5 to 6 Friday, and then 4 to 5, 5:30 on Saturday as well.
Right.
Too,
so we have that, and then on Saturday, I kind of wanted to make Saturday more cowboyish. So we do have 2 headliners on Saturday night. So we have Aces and Eights, which is they play a variety. I heard them recently also at the Piñata Fest. And you know what? They played, I was like, some of the stuff they were playing, I was going, wow, I didn't know that this guy sings so good.
Good deal.
Yeah.
So they got a good variety of all your favorites.
A little good variety. Nice. It's not all country, but the one after that is what is it?
J.D. Cox and the Lincoln County line.
J.D. Cox and the Lincoln County line. And that if you like country and you like dancing, come on out. And on Saturday also we will have the Folklóricos dancing.
Good deal.
We will, like I said, have some Zumba girls.
So if you love the beautiful pageantry and the dresses and the flowing spinning, that's the Folklórico girls.
But Saturday's a really big day for us as well because you get a chance to show off how great you cook. So if you're interested in joining the chili cheese, green chili cheese, well, I think I'm saying it wrong, green chili stew contest.
Yes.
Come on out. As long as you're registered by 1:30 on Saturday, all you got to do is bring your green chili in a crock pot because we don't want you to bring it in a pan, okay? Bring it in a crock pot.
Something you can eat.
So we can hook it up, plug it into something. It will be judged by one of our big sponsors, Sparklight.
Nice.
So come on down and bring your green chili. There will be cash prizes and green chili, bags of green chili that we're giving away.
So you get some green chili to beat your neighbors again next time.
Yes.
And of course, bragging rights.
Yeah.
Come on.
Bragging rights.
When you walk around this town saying, oh, yeah, my green chili stew is the best in town,
That's right.
I got an award to prove it.
That's right.
That's bragging rights.
That's bragging.
So everyone's been talking about their stew. Money mouth is this Saturday. Come on and game on.
And then the pecan pie. I've heard a couple of people already saying, make the best pecan pie. Mine's my grandmother's. Mine is my whatevers. And
do they allow chocolate pecan pie or just pecan pie?
You know what? We have had chocolate pecan pie in the past.
I'm not going to lie. If I was indulging there,
you'd be
a slight nod to the chocolate. That would influence me. I'm influenced by chocolate.
Okay, well, and I think, can you check the time? I can't remember the time on that one.
For the pecan pie competition,
I think it's
they're going to do the competition at 4 o'clock they'll announce the winners of
For
the green chili
everything.
stew and everything at 5 o'clock.
At 5, that's correct.
So the green chili stew competition's at 2. The pecan pie competition is at 4. And then at 5, when they do the announcement and everything, they're also going to be doing, and this is for the kids.
This is for, well, we kind of have 3 categories.
Okay.
So you might can fit in one of those categories, whether you're little, a teenager, or if you're an adult. So we're going to start with little kids, because if we start with adults, you guys will eat all the ice cream.
We will.
We'll have to run back to Albertsons and go get more. But that's a free event. The other ones, you do have to pay $25, but we do have cash prizes if you win. So come join us for all that. It's going to be a great time, Mike. And the other thing that we're doing is we are also doing kind of a scavenger hunt downtown.
Yes, the whole downtown
the
scavenger
whole
hunt.
downtown scavenger hunt. So if you stop at the Main Street booth, you can pick up a sheet that tells you what stores are participating, and you just go in. It's free. Also, you go in there and find the item, mark it on your sheet, bring it back to us. Then we're going to be doing a drawing
swag.
for giveaways.
More giveaways, more sweet swag, and everything else. And by the way, if you want to sign up for any of those contests, that you go to that Main Street booth, that same booth that you're going to get your passport for the scavenger hunt. You'll also sign up for the ice cream contest any of these others right there.
And it's not too late to do it. So just you can stop by our booth today and say,
Hey,
I'll be
opens at
around
noon.
tomorrow. So that's all happening tomorrow. But today we do have a lot of great things. So come by today.
Yeah, noon to 10 today.
Yep.
And then from basically, it says 10 a.m. to 10 p.m., but it really starts at 7 a.m. with the farmer's market.
Actually, on Saturday,
tomorrow,
it does start at 7 a.m. because the farmers will be there. Oh, and the really important thing I forgot to mention, we will not be roasting chili today, but tomorrow we'll be roasting chili all day long on Saturday.
So get your snooters on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, there it is.
There it is. There's the chili. And,
It'll
of course,
be tomorrow.
that's compliments of Graves Farm, because they're always out there. But we will have watermelons out there.
Well, Graves are the experts. They're our local experts when it comes to roasting and growing chilies. They just they do it better than anybody else.
And I'm hearing that there's not as much chili this year as there has been. So come out early.
I know with the
before
weather,
it's too late.
Yeah,
come out early and get your chili.
And I think, like I heard, a lot of we're turning red early because of the moisture and heat, and when it's 105 every day, it tends to wreak havoc on that.
Yeah, we
But
look like that too.
nonetheless, we will have our chilies come hell or high water tomorrow. So
That's right.
Come have fun. But again, all kicks off at noon today, right here on the courthouse lawn. Come on out. Live music, eating, fun, shopping, games, all that going on for the next 2 days. And then, like I said, don't forget, tomorrow afternoon will be the big contest, the pie contest, the chili and ice cream and all that stuff.
Yeah, bring your lawn chairs and come sit and listen to music.
Yeah.
Tonight
From sunup.
from 12 noon.
Yeah.
All day long.
From start of the fair to the close of the thing, and
That's
everything's
right.
going to be going on.
Yep.
So, good deal. Well, Barbara, go
Well,
stomp
thank
out
you.
your fires. I know.
I know.
We
I
kept
know.
you about 20 minutes, so I know that's a long time. We need to get over there.
I got to get out there. Yeah, my phone's on buzz. They won't bug you guys.
But thank you very much. Appreciate you spending a few minutes
Thank
with
you,
us.
Mike. I
And,
appreciate you guys.
Folks, come on out. Get ready to have fun this weekend. So I know there's a lot going on, but in between your others, come on and pop in for food. And
Sure, after
all
you get
your
done.
meals should be downtown this weekend.
Right.
'Cause
When
there's
you
so
get
much
off
variety.
work, just come on by.
Come
on by and
hit
see
a food
us.
truck or hit one of the local restaurants and have fun.
Join us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So thank you, Barbara.
You're welcome.
All right, it is 8:23. Let's do this. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then actually I'll pause for news as well, and then we're going to play our interview we had with Nook here from Asian Market. So we'll do that. Quick break. We'll be back on the other side. Don't go away.
You know what? Did I have just one call?
Chair's wobbly, and the second your great Aunt Bertha bumps the corner of the table, you're cleaning up spills. This is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. A quality dining set doesn't need you to rebuild it after every meal. It doesn't need spa dates or expensive gifts every time you need it to perform for fancy dinners. Here at Glenn's, we have a wonderful selection of dining sets in stock, and the quality speaks for itself. Come see us on Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Fall time is almost here, and the holidays will be here before you know it. The Calico Cow invites you to move on into the cow and check out the new holiday fabrics arriving daily and take advantage of a huge sale on Brothers sewing machines now through the end of the year. Get free lessons, maintenance, and a first-year cleaning included. Fall into savings at the Calico Cow Fabric and Gift Shop, now at their new location, 200 East College in Roswell. Want to know how? Come see the cow.
This may be the biggest sales event of the whole year. The greatest sell-off is on at Roswell Honda, and that means the race is on to save big. Like a 2019 Ford Fiesta for just $329 a month, or a 2011 Toyota Highlander for just $289 a month. Plus, push, pull, or drag in your trade, and it's worth at least $2,000 towards your next vehicle. Then join Roswell Honda September 23rd from 10 to 1 for free lunch and great prizes, including your chance to win an Xbox Series X Forza Horizon bundle. The greatest sell-off on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Hey neighbors, there's a new source for all your appliance needs in the area. We're Roswell Appliance Outlet. We sell new minor scratch and dent appliances, and we'll help you save 40 to 60% off of MSRP. All come with warranty and personalized service. We also offer parts and service for your existing household appliances. We offer financing and delivery options as well. Don't make that big box store mistake. Come see us at Roswell Appliance Outlet today at 600 South Main in Roswell, or call 575-363-9236.
Most of the problems that people have with plants comes down to basic farm management. That means knowing what to plant and when to plant it. Hi, this is Jim Gill from Roswell Seed Company. Planting at the wrong time usually leads to disappointment and heartache, sort of like your first love. But planting at the right moment puts Mother Nature on your side, and that makes growing things easier and a whole lot more fun. So before you plant anything, come to see us at Roswell Seed, or just give it a try and hope for the best. It gives me a chance to say, I told you so.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Our God created everything, Genesis says. Most of us have accepted that as fact, but haven't really thought through how awesome it makes our God. Everything started with Him, nothing before and nothing without Him. Do you want a God that is anything less or less able to do what God did and continues to do? He didn't stop there. He not only created everything, but He took the time to create man and woman in His image, different and more than any other part of His creation. He put Himself into each human. Not only that, but He gave us free will to decide to follow Him, to choose Him as our God. Even though He created us, He wanted to give us a choice to choose Him, to make the right choice, not necessarily the easiest choice or the popular choice, but certainly the best choice. He gives us this choice even though He knows that we're going to mess up, that we're going to use that free will that He gave us to make bad decisions. But then He offers His salvation and forgiveness, ongoing, every day, because we've chosen Him.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Now for your Pecos Valley News Update, I'm Jared Sorello. Nearly 2,500 volunteers from Xcel Energy and the communities it serves took action to support nonprofit organizations during the company's 13th annual Day of Service. The volunteers dedicated more than 7,200 volunteer hours in support of over 100 organizations with projects that ranged from packing meals and repairing homes for families to cleaning up nature trails and planting trees. Volunteer efforts generated $230,000 in economic impact across communities in many of the states the company serves, including Colorado, Minnesota, New Mexico, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, and Wisconsin. The Biden administration is announcing it will provide $600 million in funding to produce new at-home COVID-19 tests. And the government is restarting its website to allow Americans to again order up to 4 free tests per household. The program aims to prevent possible shortages during a rise in coronavirus cases that has typically come during the colder months. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. 47.2% of all statistics are made up on the spot. Is this true? I'd say chances are about 50%. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 8 minutes after 8 o'clock. And as I mentioned, kind of doing things a little different this hour so we could get Barbara in and on her way to get all ready to go for a noon open at the Chili Cheese Festival here. So got some time here on, I believe it was Tuesday, in the 9 o'clock hour. We had Nook with Asian Market join us and kind of gave us an update on what's going on at Asian Market, some of the foods and some of the things with the market and some new stuff and things that are going on there. So for your listening pleasure is our interview with Nook from Asian Market. Enjoy. This morning. And good morning. It is 21 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, Nook is back with us from Asian Market. Good morning, Nook.
Good morning, Mike, and good morning, Roswell.
How are you doing today?
I'm good. How about you?
Doing good, of course.
Awesome.
If you've never been to Asian Market, well, guess you want to listen for the next few minutes here because we're going to probably make you want to check it out. Asian Market, for those aren't familiar, is a market and restaurant located on South Main, just kind of north of the college and all that there.
A little bit north of the airport.
Yeah, and all that.
The address is 5702 South Main Street of Roswell.
If you're heading south towards the airport, you'll see the big blue sign there on your right as you're going down.
Sometimes I don't understand why my customer come in and told me they send the Google send them to Southeast Main.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, on that address. And then they kind of keep calling. No,
no, come over on South Main. So.
Yeah, come to the airport.
Yeah, come that way, and you'll see the blue sign. If you're driving south, it'll be on the southbound, so it'll be there on your right as you come in.
On the right-hand side.
Now, the front part of the store is an Asian market. You can buy everything from all over Asia, not just Chinese, but there's Thai, Chinese, Japanese. Pretty much a representation from all over Asia there.
Yes, try to cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Try to cover.
You've got frozen meats and vegetables and things.
Sir,
You've got canned goods. You've got seasonings and
seasoning.
Like if you want soy sauce, she has like 60 different types of soy sauce.
A lot.
If you want like sriracha sauce is popular now. You've got about 10 different types of sriracha.
The sriracha I can get some in, but on that brand it's kind of hard to get in, but I still can squeeze it in a little bit.
But you usually still have a few up there. I always see sriracha bottles
but now
up there.
I have a sriracha too, but in a different brand.
Okay.
You can use it too. It's not much different.
So it's kind of like Pepsi and Coke. It's sriracha, but it's different brands.
But
version.
this one is a product from Thailand.
Okay. Now, sriracha sauce, Taiwan or
Thailand.
Thai originally, is that a Thai sauce or is that Japanese?
I believe so. It's
okay.
from Thailand.
Okay.
And then kind of like they moved the manufacturing here.
Okay.
So I think to cut costs.
And I know like the sriracha with the rooster, that's like one guy here that makes that factory and all.
Over there in LA.
Yes.
In Los Angeles.
Yeah. And I remember seeing a documentary about that, and it's like the one man that created it, really cool. So, so it's neat. But so this is like that same, but a different brand of it.
A different brand.
Not the one with the rooster and all that on it. So
we can't get that in that easy, but I still can find them. Just kind of like probably about 24 bottles a week. That's it.
Well, and I think
the limit.
With trying different brands and stuff, you get to get variations of it and different.
Try.
Instead of getting the one version of it, let's try some of the other.
Something else.
It's like a cheeseburger. You get a cheeseburger one place, you get a cheeseburger another place. The cheeseburger's a little different. Same kind of thing. So.
Everyone are different.
But even like snacks, candy, ramen. If you love ramen. You've got all different types of ramens and different.
I got a lot.
So you want to try and sample different from spicy to not spicy to.
You want to cry or you don't want to cry? How's that?
And so all of that is in the market.
Yes, it's in the market.
But if you're like, I don't want to cook, I just want to eat. No worries. Come on back.
Okay,
a little
we're not
further.
talking about chicken fried rice today. Okay?
Because then the Asian market's got the restaurant that's got a great fare of. Yes, I'll tell you, to my opinion, best chicken fried rice in the state.
Here come again, Wyatt.
But there is so much more than that too. So, like, I love the beef and broccoli. I love the General Tso's chicken.
Beef pepper steak.
Yeah, I love that. All of it's good. So if you're wanting maybe a salad, she's got you covered.
Soup.
Maybe soup, she's got you covered. Or if you want something a little more hearty, she's got you covered. Either way, and it's all delicious. And I tell this to Nook every time. I always feel like eating at Asian market is the closest thing I think anybody can experience to like having a family meal in Thailand or any Asian like home. Like you go to a Chinese or Asian restaurant here to eat, and it's restaurant quality, and I feel like yours is home. Like if mom was making you dinner in Thailand, that's what you get at your restaurant.
I'm trying to be that close,
and that's kind of what it's like. Home cooking.
You want some spicy
cooking with
from
love.
Yes, thank you.
That's the mom, side, and I feel like if for folks like us that weren't immersed in your culture, this is the closest we can get to feeling it from a family style, not from just trying unique foods. You know what I mean? And so that's why I love Asian market.
Wait a minute. we've been talking about Sheriff Mike Harrington.
Yes.
He's still not come see me.
Oh, we
what's
need to
up
get
with
him in
that?
there.
Oh.
I'll get him in there to light up the food. So next time he comes in, I'll be like, hey, the gauntlet's been drawn and Nook wants to light you up. And
I've been waiting, and then he not show up.
I'll get him in. I'll talk to him when next time he's in.
Okay.
Maybe in a week or two he'll be in here. So we're gonna might be this Friday actually. So we'll get him in here and
But it's soon, huh?
Put the gauntlet on down
Yeah.
on it. So right now, what's some of the things you got going on? Any specials? Any new products? New things we want to?
We got like a 5 pallet in a few weeks ago. Yeah, that's what we got. A lot of new snack. We got, and we try to get some same old product that we usually have.
Okay.
But if we don't have it right there, I'm still gonna try to do it.
Gotcha.
To keep it the same.
What kind of luck are you having with the world? I know, like, obviously COVID probably made it very hard for you to get certain items brought from because all of her products, it's Asian market. These are all products you find in Asian countries.
On that time. But it's kind of.
Is it getting easier now where you're starting to see?
A lot more easier than.
Because I still hear, like, especially coming from Asia, still supply line issues and labor issues and some of that stuff. So I didn't know if that was impacting you.
I know one thing is the transport is jacked up. It's
so
double,
getting it here is
triple.
where it's getting.
Yes, that one is hard.
Which, I mean, it probably forced you to raise prices in the market because it's just the cost of doing business. It costs you more to get it here.
Right.
So therefore, you have to reflect that change on the price.
And I hope that all the customer is understand if something is a little bit up, it's a lot of cost on it.
But you also offer things that you can get nowhere else. And that's what I love about it, because if you want to try things that are unique and things, you want to get into real Asian cuisine and ingredients, Asian market's got it. And if you want to learn some of that stuff, look, like if you want to make your own sushi rolls and stuff or sticky rice.
No, you have to ask Thomas. Thomas is
the expert.
Yes, he's an expert.
He's under Nook's tutelage. It's under the tutelage of Nook. So. But it's kind of like the coaching trees in the NFL. It's under Nook's coaching tree. But you have all the equipment. You've got the special pots you need for sticky rice, the rolls,
the rolls, and everything
so if you want to learn to make
cover you to make an Asian food.
Yeah, so if you want to try to get in there and do some of this stuff yourself, Nook can help you do that too.
Yes.
So,
if I'm not busy, don't come into me in the lunch hour.
Yeah, during the lunch hour might be a bad time, but in between, 2 in the afternoon after the lunch rush might be a little bit better.
That I'm really happy to help.
Yeah, and she's and here's the move. Come to eat the first time. What you're going to do is, for first time people, go to the back there, go through the menu, order your food.
Yes.
While your food's cooking.
Shopping.
Walk around, start check. I guarantee you're going to find at least one item you're like, I want to try this.
Yeah.
I want to take it home. And so you either grab it then or when your meal's ready, go eat your meal and then pick up your stuff and then head on out the door and do your shopping and then go home and try your stuff, Yeah, from everything from unique and unusual to something that you're like, I would have never thought to put this together like that. And so and drinks too, like if you like teas and juices, you have a great selection of that.
I got a lot of drinks.
Yeah, a lot of Asian, infused teas and juices and things like that that you can't find here, that you can only find at Asian markets.
Thank you. You can find it there.
Yeah. So please come check that out. So if you want to try, a new mango juice or a new type of tea, maybe you're thinking.
Because a few tea, like a Thai tea, but you can get it from the cooler, and you can also buy the powder.
Yeah, so you can make your own.
Yes, make it
brew your
own
own tea. Yeah,
right.
So if you want to brew it, the hot tea, or if you just want a cold iced tea or iced drink, they've got the cooler there. You can get the all you gotta do is open the bottle and drink.
Yourself Thai iced coffee, we got it there too.
Nice.
That's what I want to make. Oh, I've been forgot.
A Thai iced coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's just kind of so many things, so many prep that only one person. And with one help, it's hard. But now I got plenty of help. I'm probably going to have to rethink about that.
Okay. Well, and coffee drinks and tea drinks, people are very personal on how they like it.
Let's do this. I'm making it. I'm going to give Thomas I take. I'm
Okay.
gonna shoot Thomas to take until Mike come try it.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I'll drink the teas. I like teas.
Okay.
So I'm a tea
I
drinker.
have another new guinea pig now.
But I'm telling you, and I guarantee when you go there, every dish is amazing. It's just tasty, and every version of what you get, you think you had it, and then you have it there, and it's like, wow, it's just got a certain zing to it that you love. And
Yes.
And as Nook has said, if you love it spicy, she can make it spicy.
Yes.
But if that's not your thing, she can make it.
Some menu I can read.
Yeah,
Some menu I
Obviously,
can make it spicy,
yeah,
but
some dishes are supposed to be spicy, so
yes,
stay away
kinda
from
like
those.
that. Mhm.
But certainly with your fried rices, your beef and broccoli,
Here come
we can- or maybe some of the other rice dishes that
Yes.
you can.
Let's try to do stir fry today. Kind of like that.
Yeah, stir fry
yes.
or
Stir fry with basil.
You got it all. You kind of
Sweet and sour. Make it easy today.
Do you have any noodle dishes like your?
I have a chow mein.
Chow mein dish.
Yes,
So,
I have-
so if you're a noodle person, you got you covered
Yes,
there
I got
too.
chow mein. I got chow mein. And you can change the meat yourself.
Yeah, if you want to go
pick the
chicken or
meat. Yeah.
pork or
Right.
combination.
Red pork or something like that. Barbecue red pork. Yeah. And another one that I have on the noodle is the pad thai.
Oh, what was that soup you made with the pork, the red?
And that one is egg noodle soup.
Oh man, that was.
And
tasty.
another one is Thai noodle soup. So
that-
I have 4.
And they still around?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, it's still around.
When you all get done eating, just ask for one of the big things of that soup and take it home with you.
Yeah.
And then you can eat off that for a couple of days, and you'll love it. And
You can
and it's-
add. Just take the broth home after it's left over, and then add some more.
Well, that's the
vegetable.
beauty of soup. Soup always gets better the next day. Like when it simmers and soaks in that
Yes,
stuff.
yes. Mhm.
So now you get it fresh from her that day. Try to resist the urge to eat it that day because it really is tasty. And then put it in your fridge for a day or two,
Yeah.
and then heat it back up.
Yes,
and then,
add
and
some
then,
more.
And,
Add
and,
some more
and it's going to be
vegetable.
even more tasty. But that soup is a 10, so I love it. So, but maybe get the. But if you can't wait, eat it there. But maybe get a to-go one to take with you, and that way you can have it,
Right.
next day or something. So. What's as far as hours and stuff? I know your schedule and stuff. What's your schedule right now as far as hours? and
Okay, right now I kind of changed a little bit
Okay.
on the store part. I open only from Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
And I take the Sunday off,
Very good.
completely closed.
Good for you. You need a day.
Thank you. The time will be 10 to 6, Monday to Saturday. And then the restaurant will be the same, but the time changed from 11 to 6.
Okay.
Just 1 hour.
Yeah, you'll sleep in on Saturdays for an hour, and you come in.
No, it's still open. Still
Yeah.
open 6 days a week.
Good deal. But
11
but
to
an hour
6.
later on Saturdays. There's
Right,
11 to
right.
6 on Saturdays, 10 to 6 Monday.
Oh no. I mean the restaurant is 1 hour after.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. So the thing opens at 10 to 6.
Yes.
The restaurant's 11 to 6.
Yes,
Monday
yes.
through Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Very good. So come shopping a little early, and then if you're ready to eat at 11, then you can get in there and go to. Are you still available for through takeout and all that?
You can call an order and come pick up.
Okay.
I don't do delivery.
No delivery, just
No.
I knew at one point you were on one of those
Yeah,
DoorDashes or
one-
one of them.
yes, one
Gotcha.
time.
But they do to-go orders and
Yes.
things like that, and I'm telling you, the food's delicious.
Thank
First
you.
time you go there, you're going to be hooked.
Mhm.
I always say it's my favorite Asian place to eat in town because the food is just amazing. It's like it's again back to that. That's the only thing I can describe it best is like if you went to Thailand and sat in a family's home and had a meal, that's what you get at Asia Market, and I don't think any other restaurant can boast like.
Traditional where I'm from is we sit down on the floor and eat.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you go over there, you get to sit down on the booth or on the chair.
Yeah.
Not on the
But
floor.
it's kind of like you go to an Italian restaurant,
Yes,
get pasta,
I understand.
and it's really good. But I don't think it's the same food you get if you walked into a family home in Italy and got an Italian meal. It's a different thing, and I
Right.
think it's and that's where I'm trying to kind of compare it. It's like
Yes.
if you walked into a home in Thailand, and the meals you find at Asia Market are going to be much closer to what that family's eating on a given night, as opposed to what you see in a typical restaurant. That's
Yes,
that's
sir.
restaurant fare. It's a certain, which it's,
You walk in with your smiling on your face, and you're gonna walk out with your smiling.
Yeah. And so if you want to, and then if you want to learn how to do some of this stuff, or if you want to maybe you want to learn how to use chopsticks.
That's one gonna have probably have to take the practice.
Maybe you ought to offer classes, chopstick classes.
Chopstick class.
Yeah,
huh?
like on one of them days, like on a Saturday. Come in from 1 to 2. We're gonna teach you how to use chopsticks.
That could be fun.
That would be fun.
All you need is chopstick right there by the shells.
I do need practice with rice and chopsticks.
I can't.
I don't
To
do
be
well
honest,
with
I
rice.
can't.
Yeah, I don't do well with the rice.
My kid can.
You okay?
Yes.
That's why I order a lot of pasta dishes, because I can handle that with the chopsticks. I can't handle the rice. So well.
My she's pretty good with chopstick with rice. She's trying.
I'm not that good. I try to get this big thing and it all falls off, and I end up with like 3 grains going.
You're gonna take all day to finish that bowl.
Well, they say you're supposed to eat slow. I guess that kind of helps you do that too.
Still helps you digest in the same time while you try to eating it, huh?
Sure, exactly. Yeah. But it's kind of weird. I still feel the need to use the chop. You know what I mean? It's like when in Rome, I'm supposed to use the chopsticks, so that's what I'm gonna do. You know, it's like I'm eating an Asian dish. I'm supposed to use chopsticks. That's what I'm gonna do.
When you go to China, kind of stuff like that. Huh?
Yeah. When they come here, we use a fork. But we go and eat one of your meals, and that's just the culture.
But
that's
you know
what?
what? I kind of like now. I eat noodle with fork.
Well, you can twist.
Twist.
The Italians have the twist with the fork, and you can roll it up onto one big ball there on your fork and just watch Italians eat pasta. That's how they do it.
Okay.
They'll twist it up.
I'm gonna try to learn it.
Yeah, watch them. Mm-hmm. Sometimes they'll get the spoon and then dip it into the spaghetti and then kind of twist. And then when they pull it up, they got all this spaghetti, because spaghetti noodles are long.
Yes.
So it's all rolled up, and you just neatly shove it in your gullet there.
I'm gonna try to look at it.
Yeah.
How to do it.
It's all in the wrist. Sometimes you can do it. Sometimes it flops on you and gets a little messy. So that's why they wear the bib, because I think it splatters the sauce all over the place. So.
Okay, I got it.
How's seafood looking right now with the fish and all that? You got a good selection, or is it pretty rough at the moment?
A little bit rough at this moment.
Okay.
But I still have kind of main thing right there, like a pompano, like some stuff like that.
So if there's certain fish here and there, you got you covered
I still have
here.
certain fish.
But keep checking back, because you always get new stuff in. And you will, like, if people request stuff, you'll try to see if you can get on the list.
It depends on how much a request, because everything is coming. It's not come in like a 6 piece. It's coming in a whole case at a time.
Okay.
A whole case sometimes is 12. Mostly whole case is start from 12, and then 18, 24, and 36. Kind of like that. Depend on which product.
Gotcha.
Kind of stuff like that.
Sure. And it's demand, supply and demand, like everything else. If it's something that everyone else is looking for, then it's a little bit harder to get. If it's less in demand, then it's either easier to get or it's not available because it's just not in demand.
Right. Right. It's not easy to sell. Probably going to be hard to get. No, I probably going to. I'm sorry.
But I even love like going there to try new things. Like if you want to try like candies and things from China or Japan.
We got a lot
you got all
from
that
Japan.
Stuff. Yeah.
From Japan on this
like I mean, occasionally you go in there and you'll find those like wasabi Kit Kats and things like that. It just depends. Some days it's in there, sometimes it's not. Yeah, the peas, wasabi peas.
Yeah.
But I've seen some of those, like flavors, like products that you probably are familiar with in America, but a different twist on it, like Kit Kats, but with a different flavor palette that kind of appeals to more of Asian culture.
Right now, it's summer. It's kind of hot on shipping. It's gonna take about 7 days to ship. So I now avoid to have Kit Kat because it costs so much, and then if it melt, I can't sell.
I'm about to say it's chocolate. So it's got to be if it's not climate controlled the whole time, it might turn out to be not so good.
Because the dry goods come in the regular truck.
So things like ramen and your canned goods and stuff, you're a little bit. It's a little bit more forgiving on getting that stuff here. Your stuff that needs to be cold or frozen or just doesn't do well in hot weather doesn't work so well here.
Yeah.
So very good. Makes sense, though. But please, come on by Asian Market again. Monday through Saturday, the market's open from 10 to 6. The restaurant is open 11 to 6 Monday through Saturday.
Yes.
Come and like I said, for your first time, come hungry, ready to eat and shop. If you've never been there before.
You better be sure that you're hungry.
Yeah. You come hungry.
Better be sure that you starve when you walk in there.
Well, because you're gonna
eat.
and it'll get you to try new things.
The main thing you got
Open
to try.
your horizons a little bit and try things. And try vegetables and spices and things that maybe aren't something you've had before, something new.
Maybe you can find something that you just kind of get used to it when you're
Make your new favorite.
Maybe you can find something new.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Absolutely. You know, it's that's the thing. Make it your own. And so if you want to go crazy exotic, she got you covered. If you're trying to kind of turn everyday staples into something a little more flair or fancy, she got you covered there.
Yes, sir.
Good deal. Well, I probably need to let you get back to get the market open and everything. So it's going to open
it's time
here.
already?
It's about you're open in 19 minutes. So we probably need to get you.
Well, let me leave the phone number first.
Yes.
575-840-5309.
That's right. Sing it in your head if you need to.
Yes. 5309 still.
Call it.
Yeah.
But yes, call Asian Market. She can do the to-go orders, or if you're like asking about, hey, do you got duck eggs or certain things, she'll be happy to tell you all that stuff. And please, if you've never been, make this week your first trip. Come on in.
To the Asian Market.
Come eat amazing. Come have lunch today. She'd love to see you. Come and try one of those soups, or maybe one of her salads, or if you want to get elbows deep, get in there in some General Tso's and light it up, and have some fun. I guarantee you're going to leave happy, and I guarantee when you walk through the market, you're going to find at least one thing you want to try or sample.
I probably have only 1% of 100% that walk out with empty hand.
Yeah. It's really hard to.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, I wanted that. Oh, that's neat. That's handy. I'd like to try that.
At least they kind of, you don't have it this time. I understand that. But when they come in, they walk out.
Well, they're
with
regular
something.
people that are coming in looking, and they're like, oh, it's not here yet. All right, I'll be back.
Yeah.
But some of those people still come, well, while I'm here, I might as well get a plate of food.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you could do fusion one time.
What's that?
Like take your Thai and Asian and make it like Mexican with a burrito or something. Try just for portable.
I make burrito too.
Maybe like a
steak.
stir fry burrito. Like we loaded up a stir fry and put it in a burrito wrap.
We'll see. We'll see.
That's why I don't own a restaurant. She does, but that's all right. So, thank you, Nook, as always, and appreciate it. Folks. Trust me. Come on by, visit the market, visit the restaurant. You'll be so glad you did, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the head. She's like, why didn't I come here sooner?
Yeah.
And of course, Nook is all about the community, always helping. During the pandemic, she was out there giving away jasmine rice to everybody on the weekends there with the heart of the pandemic. Asia Market is very much a part of this community and very much in the fabric of Roswell. So come and experience it. Experience Roswell Thai style.
Yes, the new slogan for Roswell.
Roswell Thai style.
Yeah.
I like it. Very good. Well, thank you, Nook.
Yes, sir.
We'll see you next time.
Have a good day.
You too. All right, I got to get some of that soup. Now we're talking about it, I got a hankering. All right, it is 9:43. Let's pause.
Hear from the player who'll step into his starting role right after this.
A true Dallas Cowboys fan is there for the journey and the destination. This is the season to make your journey count by flying through McAllen International Airport, the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. Whether you're flying down for McAllen's award-winning fall and holiday festivals, or you're a South Texas fan flying up to cheer the Cowboys on, make your journey as satisfying as your destination at the South Texas airport of the Dallas Cowboys. McAllen International Airport, above, beyond, at McAllenAirport.com.
Todd thought it would be secure to jog in the cheetah savanna. Todd believed the big cat repellent he bought online was reliable. And now, Todd is trying to be faster than this cheetah that can run 80 miles per hour. But the good news is, Todd has AT&T 5G that is fast, reliable, and secure. And he learned the best thing to do is toss her the backpack with the beef stew. AT&T 5G. Fast, reliable, secure.
5G requires compatible plan and device. 5G may not be available in your area. See att.com/5G for you for details.
Dallas Cowboys two-time Pro Bowl cornerback Trayvon Diggs tore a knee ligament in practice yesterday and will miss the rest of the season. It's a big blow to the league's top-rated pass defense. Without Diggs, the coaches can turn to Deron Bland, moving him from slot corner to Diggs' spot outside. Bland started 8 games last year as a rookie and can draw upon that experience.
It's definitely a huge boost. Sometimes I was losing more instincts than anything, and sometimes more of my mind speed. So trying to see where I can improve on based on my last year.
Bland and the defense go Sunday afternoon in Arizona against a Cardinal offense led by Josh Dobbs, who's playing in place of an injured Kyler Murray. Kickoff is 3:25 Central. With your Cowboys report, I'm Christy Scales.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather.
We'll get mostly sunny skies today, and the heat comes back with low pressure over eastern New Mexico and high pressure over the Four Corners. Mid to upper 90s for the afternoon high today. Cloudy overnight with low 60s, and then hot again on Saturday, upper 90s to about 100, and sunny will be in the mid to upper 90s with sunshine Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
All across America, this is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
I'm Lou Dobbs. Stocks head toward a losing week. Fed fears driving losses. Wall Street headed toward a losing week after this week's Fed decision to hold rates. The Dow Jones Industrial's down for a third consecutive session, down 370 points. The Nasdaq down 245 points. Investors looking ahead to November's Fed meetings now, speculating just how long it will be before the next rate hike. Reports indicate Alphabet will drop AI chip maker Broadcom as soon as 2027. Google denied the claim. Still, the news sent both stocks down 2% yesterday. Alphabet stock down 5% this week. Broadcom down 6%. Target's outlook improving slightly, shipping and distribution costs declining while inventory is shrinking. It's all helping Target's margins. The stock's been steadily declining since Target cut its forecast twice last year. Target shares down more than 20% so far this year. Please join me twice each weekday for the Lou Dobbs Business Report right here.
Business news you need to know. Keep listening for more. This is the Lou Dobbs Business Report.
If you're a business owner, you need to know about the ERC program because you may be eligible for a refund of up to $26,000 per W-2 employee if you had employees on the payroll during the pandemic. ERC, or the Employee Retention Credit Program, is a government initiative to help business owners. Visit governmentaid.com to find out if you qualify. The process of filing is complex, and the team at governmentaid.com has the expertise to help. Visit governmentaid.com to see if you qualify for a refund. That's governmentaid.com.
The Rehabilitation Center at Artesia General Hospital offers a variety of services led by experienced licensed therapists, including physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy. Their multidisciplinary team provides a complete evaluation with the full support of your primary care provider to develop a custom plan to support your personal goals and recovery needs. These treatment plans help manage symptoms, educate patients and their families, and ultimately get back to the activities that bring you joy. Learn more at artesiageneral.com/rehab.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Our God created everything, Genesis says. Most of us have accepted that as fact, but haven't really thought through how awesome it makes our God. Everything started with Him, nothing before and nothing without Him. Do you want a God that is anything less or less able to do what God did and continues to do? He didn't stop there. He not only created everything, but He took the time to create man and woman in His image, different and more than any other part of His creation. He put Himself into each human. Not only that, but He gave us free will to decide to follow Him, to choose Him as our God. Even though He created us, He wanted to give us a choice to choose Him, to make the right choice, not necessarily the easiest choice or the popular choice, but certainly the best choice. He gives us this choice even though He knows that we're going to mess up, that we're going to use that free will that He gave us to make bad decisions. But then He offers His salvation and forgiveness, ongoing, every day, because we've chosen Him.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday, located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Main Street Roswell presents Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd. A two-day celebration of all things green chili and the pecan and dairy industries that help keep southeastern New Mexico alive. Complete with green chili stew competition, pecan pie competition, ice cream eating contest, Southwest Dairy Farmers milking demo, vendors, food trucks, and live entertainment throughout the weekend with headliners both Friday and Saturday. Chili Cheese Fest 2023, September 22nd and 23rd in downtown Roswell. Sponsored by Leprino Foods, XL Energy, Sparklight, Farm Bureau Financial Services, and Keep Chavez County Beautiful.
The need to grow past our basic capabilities and experience the impossible will forever keep aviation technology evolving. Within the Aviation Maintenance Technology program at ENMU Roswell, students thrive knowing that the faculty and community are supporting their success. ENMU Roswell is dedicated to empowering students through hands-on skills training in a nurturing environment. To learn more, contact us today.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. Did you know you share your birthday with at least 9 million other people in the world? Your birthday isn't feeling so special now, is it? Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is closing in on actually 9 o'clock. It's officially 8:59 here. Stay tuned next hour here about 9:15 or so. We're going to be joined in studio by Adrian Ragsdale, our talking Eastern New Mexico State Fair, which is, I guess you could say, I mean, this weekend they're already starting turn-ins and all that stuff, but officially next weekend with the Sneak Peek Carnival, and then, of course, the parade on Monday of not next week, but the week after, will officially kick off the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. So Adrian actually is going to join us next hour to focus on the fair parade and talk a little bit about that. I believe today, according to the website, is the last day to get your entries in for the parade, unless they've extended that, but we'll find out from Adrian next hour. But we'll talk all about that and kind of get you an intro into the Eastern New Mexico State Fair. So all that's coming up next hour. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Talk radio has landed on the all-new 106.5 FM KEND Roswell.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. A top New Jersey Democrat has been indicted. U.S. Senator Bob Menendez and his wife face bribery charges. Federal prosecutors say an investigation turned up $100,000 in gold bars, $480,000 in cash hidden in their home. Proceeds, according to the feds, of a bribery scheme. House lawmakers adjourning for the weekend with no deal on a stopgap spending bill to avert a looming partial government shutdown. Speaker Kevin McCarthy sounds frustrated with some of his fellow Republicans.
This time, 6 GOP lawmakers joined Democrats in voting against a procedural vote on the Pentagon funding bill Thursday, which was enough to prevent the legislation from moving forward in the chamber for a second time this week. The final vote was 216 to 212. The vote marked another embarrassing setback for the Speaker in his quest to appease conservatives while trying to avert a government shutdown at the end of the month. House lawmakers headed home for the weekend with no funding deal in sight. Edwin Mora, Capitol Hill.
Parts of the East Coast from North Carolina up through the Mid-Atlantic under a tropical storm warning for high winds and torrential rains. National Hurricane Center's Richard Pash.
So the big concern will be the flooding from storm surge along the coastal areas where you could get inundations 4 feet above normal, and that could affect structures.
United Auto Workers Chief Shawn Fain saying the union will be expanding its strike against the Detroit automakers by walking out of 38 General Motors and Stellantis plants in 20 states. Watching Wall Street, stocks higher right now. The Dow is up 44 points. The NASDAQ trading higher, and the S&P is up 21 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Everybody wants cheap airfare, but where do you find it? You call low-cost airlines. Their prices are direct from the airlines, and they're so low you can't find these fares published anywhere. They specialize in cheap flights, discount hotel rooms, cheap car rental rates, and great package deals anywhere around the world. Wherever you want to go, they can help you get there cheaply and with a best price guarantee. If you want the lowest prices on your airline tickets or other travel services, call now. That's right, call. That's the only way to get these rates. Experts are standing by 24/7 to get you the cheapest airfare and hotel rates available. So don't wait. Call right now for the lowest travel prices anywhere and for great last-minute travel deals too.
Call 866-755-5300. That's 866-755-5300. Again, that's 866-755-5300. Call us right now.
Ukrainian President Zelensky preparing to address the Canadian Parliament today, part of his campaign to shore up support from the Western allies.
Zelensky flew into Canada's capital late Thursday after meetings with President Joe Biden and lawmakers in Washington, where he faced questions about the flow of American dollars that had helped keep his troops in the fight against Russian forces. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau greeted Zelensky at Ottawa's airport and will also speak to Parliament on Friday. It's Zelensky's first visit to Canada since Russia invaded Ukraine in February 2022. I'm Charles de Ledesma.
A charter bus carrying high school students to a band camp careened off a New York highway, tumbling down an embankment yesterday, killing 2 adults, seriously injuring several others. Governor Kathy Hochul says a front tire failure could have contributed to the accident on I-84 in Orange County, about 45 miles northwest of New York City. Townhall.com. New York City police say the owners of a daycare center where 1 toddler died, 3 others sickened by opioid exposure last week, are hiding bags of fentanyl beneath plywood and tile flooring.
Photos shared by investigators show bags full of powder just a few steps away from a shelf of children's toys. Police have arrested the daycare center's operator and a tenant who lived in the apartment, saying they operated a drug ring. They were charged with murder of depraved indifference in the toddler's death. Before alerting first responders, the daycare center's operator called her husband instead of calling authorities for help. The husband was seen on surveillance footage entering the building moments later, then leaving through a back alley with multiple shopping bags. Police are still searching for the husband. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Recapping the hour's top story, a top New Jersey Democrat's been indicted. Longtime U.S. Senator Bob Menendez and his wife face bribery charges. More on these stories at townhall.com.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
I promise you, whatever scum did this, not one man in this force will rest for 1 minute until he's behind bars. Now let's grab a bite to eat. Yeah, come on.
I feel the hot wind on my shoulder and the touch of a world that is older. I hit the switch and check the number. I leave it on and then I slumber. I hear the rhythm ringing through it. Flamenco guitar and cumbia music. I hear the talking of the DJ. The travel listen, what does he say? I'm on a Mexican radio. I'm on a Mexican radio.
Broadcasting live from high atop the J.P. White Building in downtown Roswell, New Mexico. It's Mornings with Mike Winters on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM.
Is that what I sound like when I talk?
Now, here's your host, Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 6 minutes after 9 o'clock. Welcome to hour number 3 of Mornings with Mike Winters, right here on 106.5 Roswell's Talk FM. Happy, oh so happy Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Happy McDonald's Friday.
Yes.
As they do each and every single Friday, provide us with delicious breakfast treats. Got a fine selection of sandwiches today. Got my cheese. I'm almost through.
Yeah.
Is it getting hot in here or is it just me? All of a sudden I'm like sweating.
It's a little warm.
All of a sudden I'm just like sweating hot.
Crack the window. I don't know if it's going to do anything.
I know. I don't think it helps. It's just all of a sudden I'm like, why am I hot?
You're hot because you fly. I ain't because I'm not.
I was just sitting there. I was like, why am I all of a sudden hot? But,
why am I moist?
Must be all that McDonald's talk.
That's it.
Getting me all over Klimt.
You got the meat sweats.
Yeah.
It's good ham, Diane.
Got the vapors. But, big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
I highly recommend you download the app and utilize it right now.
You're doing yourself a disservice. If you don't have the app, if you didn't have the app on Monday of this week, you really missed out.
Yeah, you missed out on the double cheeseburgers.
50-cent double cheeseburgers on Monday through the app.
Yep.
Should have hung out, man.
They go down smooth.
They really do.
We told you. So, we'll have to
but
wait till
you
next.
just don't listen.
You have to wait till next year for Cheeseburger Day to see what they do.
That's right. Well, Hamburger Day is
Or Hamburger Day.
Yeah.
That's right. Was it Cheeseburger Day?
It was Cheeseburger Day, yeah.
Yeah, Hamburger Day.
I assume that hamburger has to have a day.
You'd think.
Right? Well, chicken sandwiches have a day.
What about bacon cheeseburger?
I reckon.
We need a bacon cheeseburger.
There has to be a bacon cheeseburger day.
The ode to the pork. We need it.
I like pig on my
You know what's a great condiment for beef? Pork.
Bacon cheeseburger
I love it.
day.
I mean, that's what makes America great. I don't care what anybody says, but we're the only nation on the planet, I think, that uses other meats as condiments for meats. And that is a beautiful thing.
Just finding cheeseburger day, not
no bacon cheeseburger day. Where's Big Pork at?
So that's why I'm declaring today, Friday, September 22nd, National Bacon Cheeseburger Day.
There you go.
Celebrate as you see fit.
And, of course, we're in New Mexico, so we need green chili cheeseburger day. And then green chili bacon cheeseburger day.
Now you're taking it up a notch.
So, follow me for more recipes.
Pro tips.
But big thank you to McDonald's. Download the app.
Yes.
Even if it's not officially cheeseburger day or bacon green chili cheeseburger
You can make
day.
it your cheeseburger
Make
day.
it yours. Yeah. Own it.
That's right.
Just walk in and say, every day's cheeseburger day in my world. And you go get you a cheeseburger. But it really is save you a lot of time, hassle. You got the family and the kids and 100 things going on. The McDonald's app will be your friend, companion, dare I say, compatriot.
Compadre.
In this whole process of life.
Yes.
So, yeah, download it today. Utilize it. Save money. Earn free food. It's all win-win for you.
That's right. Access to exclusive merch. All kinds of cool stuff.
This is true. Yeah, because they still got the whole As Seen On promotion going on.
Palace MCD. If you scan the code on the side of your bag, you can shop exclusive McDonald's swag.
And I feel like that Loki show is about to come out.
October 14th.
Oh, is it October? I was thinking it was the end of September for some reason. I was thinking like the last week of September. Bummer. I got to wait a couple more weeks.
In October. So you guys were touched on something earlier last hour off the air that I read about. And I was kind of I'm like, I'm not fully sure how I feel about it.
Oh, I kind of am on board in this.
I'm curious just because I knowing his acting ability, I don't know how I feel fully. Let's pull the curtain back. There was a message across social media that showed,
attention all you 80s and 90s folks.
Pauly Shore is looking to play Richard Simmons in a biopic.
Yes. I think it's perfect.
First of all, I didn't even know Richard Simmons was still alive.
He is. He's
Last
a recluse.
I heard, he lost his mind and kind of went.
He's a recluse.
Yeah.
I think he's gotten old and he's gained weight and he's not. And you know how he was always about, and I think at this point, because he doesn't look that way anymore, because that's what happens when you get older.
Yeah.
I think he's just out of the limelight. I think he's now retired and I think he lives his life wherever he secludes himself.
These days,
but it's so hard for us to fathom because arguably the most outgoing, flamboyant person of the 1970s, 80s, and into the 90s was Richard Simmons.
Don't you feel like a unicorn when you sweat? Yeah,
and he was the guy that really loved everybody and did a thing. And so some people, made fun of it. Others embraced it.
If they would have just done this like 10 years before,
they
could have had Nathan Lane play Richard Simmons, and it would have been spot on perfect.
Well, and that's the thing. The fact that I think that Pauly Shore is like, because he grew up, knows Richard Simmons, I honestly think like it's going to be amazing. I think he's
gonna
going
watch,
to,
for sure.
I think he's like legit, like I know this character, I know the person, I can encapsulate Richard Simmons better than anybody else. And you know what? I would say go for it. Let's see. I think Pauly Shore can do it.
And in fairness, I've never really seen Pauly Shore straight. Like I've always seen Pauly Shore doing the Pauly Shore character. Doing the
is there
weasel.
any movies where he plays a straight?
No, everything I've ever seen is Son-in-Law. What was the Jury Duty?
Yeah. In the Army Now.
Clean Slate. They all have
Biodome.
That. Biodome. He's playing Goofy movie.
Encino Man.
In a Goofy movie, he literally plays Pauly Shore as a goof troop character.
But I think because Richard Simmons was so over the top, I think he can pull it off.
You think he can nail the flamboyance?
Like if you're asking him to do Richard Nixon, I'm like, no, that ain't happening.
Yeah.
But Richard Simmons, yeah, I think he could pull that off.
So he's a dick. You think that Pauly could take? I'd be curious to check it out. Now here's another question, because this was always sort of like danced around, but I kind of think the obvious answer is yes. Is Richard Simmons gay?
I don't think he's ever admitted.
And he's never.
I think we all just assume he is, but I don't think he's ever officially said one way or the other.
I feel like at one point he came out like with his wife.
Well, he's always been he's been very non-committal about it. His whole life he's been non-committal about his, and to be honest, I have no idea. Probably Probably.
And I'm not trying to. I shouldn't assume anything, obviously.
But I don't know. I mean, he's really officially never. I mean, he's been very ambiguous about it. So, and I imagine he probably is, and that's part of why he's in the. You know, even though we live in a world now where that is acceptable.
You know,
I don't think he was raised that way, and I think he keeps it very much.
Sure.
Like, he's so flamboyant out there. There are, I believe, certain things in his life that he legit does not share with people. And because he's so much of an open book about everything else in his life,
right?
That's why people are so morbidly curious about it. It's like, why a guy that talks about anything won't talk about this? And I think at the end of the day, he's just gay. He's not ready to admit it. And that's to the public.
It could be.
To the public. So that's my
It's funny. I just remembered my family had a deal a meal.
Oh, my mom did too. My mom had deal a meal.
Yeah.
My mom was a gimmick mark, man.
Oh, hardcore. I love
we had a
Ronco.
Thigh Master.
We never got the food dehydrator, but I always wanted one.
Oh, when it comes to like weight loss or that kind of thing, my mom was a mark. I had the Thigh Master.
Right, we had one of those.
I had that sit up thing.
My dad was into Body by Jake, which, if you remember Jake, I think Palooka.
There was a whole thing with rubber bands for a hot minute.
The resistance
She got
bands.
that? Deal a meal.
We had a firm flex sitting in our living room.
Why do you think I know so much about Denise Austin? How many of those videos were in our house? We
Right.
had them because my mom bought all this stuff. I know all about it. I wasn't watching the Denise Austin videos.
It's so funny. There's a sentence I could say that would make no sense to kids today, and it's, I watched someone yesterday work out to a Jane Fonda VHS tape.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it was on a TV show. They were making fun of it.
okay. It wasn't like someone like Jazzercise time.
No, but it was the actual tape, and they were doing the routines. I'm like, these were pretty intense back in the day.
Yeah.
A lot of high cardio.
Oh yeah, there was. I watched a lot of them because especially like when you have limited channels, and it was back in the day, and then ESPN, when especially towards the beginning, when there wasn't a lot of 24/7 sports, and so when there was actual sports, they'd show it. But then in between the time, they fill it up with things like lumberjack competitions and World Poker Tour, and your latest fitness guru's tape of him on a beach somewhere doing aerobics or whatever it is. It's usually either some woman scantily clad in a bathing suit or some dude shirtless with stretch pants on, standing in front of a beach in Hawaii doing workout stuff.
Every day when ESPN used to start its program, they would start the day with an exercise show. It was a woman doing like a Jane Fonda style.
Was it Denise Austin?
It might have been Denise Austin.
She was a very big deal back then.
I'm trying to think who it was, but it might have been Denise Austin.
Yeah, she was kind of the gurus. She was one of the gurus at the time there as far as the workouts, and she did. I don't think she had she had her tapes, but I don't think she had all the deal meals and all the stuff that like Richard Simmons and some of these others had. But she had her tapes.
It's called Bodies in Motion. It was a half-hour aerobic workout show that launched in 1983. It was the first fitness show to air on ESPN, and it aired as the show or the network began its broadcast day.
Did it say who
It varied. There was one name that came up, Kiana Flex.
That's not a real name, right?
I don't know.
Kiana Flex is a fitness guru. Come on, it's a little on the nose.
It is. But then again, who owns the McDonald's in town? What's his last name?
Snowberg.
I'm just saying. Sometimes you're born to do a thing.
Yeah, but there isn't really a thing as a snow burger. There isn't like there's snow leopards, but there isn't like the mystical burger that only comes in the tundras of the blizzard. It's the snow burger.
The optometrist I used to go to when I was in high school. What's his name? Max Johnson. I'm just saying sometimes you miss the mark. Sometimes your name says you go this way and you go this way.
Now I just got a whole thing in my head. In the deep bowels of the Antarctic dwells a burger. Has not been seen by many. It is the snow burger. Big thank you to McDonald's.
Yes.
All right. It is 9:18. I'm sure Adrian is waiting there for us to talk fair business. So let's get you up to date with the weather.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get mostly sunny skies today, and the heat comes back with low pressure over eastern New Mexico and high pressure over the Four Corners. Mid to upper 90s for the afternoon high today. Cloudy overnight with low 60s, and then hot again on Saturday, upper 90s to about 100, and sunny will be in the mid to upper 90s with sunshine Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
Thank you, Steve. Currently 75 degrees here in Roswell. Humidity is at 58% with winds out of the north at 6 miles per hour. For today, partly cloudy and warm, 97 for a high. Northwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy and an overnight low of 66 for tonight. West winds 5 to 10 miles per hour, so weather should be just fine and dandy for a football game tonight out at the Wool Bowl. Saturday, another warm one, sunny, and a high of 98 tomorrow. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Partly cloudy Saturday night. Overnight low of 65 degrees. Northwest winds 5 to 10. Sunday, looking at 94 under sunny skies. Winds out of the northwest, 5 to 15 miles per hour. Monday, when you head back to work and school, 90 for a high, and it looks like rain chances slightly Monday night into Tuesday. But looks like we'll be floating around 90 for a good hunk of next week. All right, it is 9:19. We're going to take a 4-minute break, and then Adrian Ragsdale to talk Fair Parade specifically, but Eastern New Mexico State Fair. That's up next. Don't go away. You're listening to Mornings with Mike Winters.
I'm amazed at just how different our store looks from a year ago. Hi, this is Melanie from Glenn's Furniture. It's been a long time coming, but our showrooms are absolutely filled with beautiful new items. Gorgeous power reclining furniture for your living room, cozy bedroom suites and mattresses, and stylish new dining room tables and dinettes. I'll bet we have exactly what you're looking for. So hurry to Glenn's Furniture at the corner of Union and Alameda, where delivery is free since 1953.
Listen up, golfers. Pecos Valley Production presents the first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course. This 3-person scramble begins at 11 a.m. with a shotgun start at noon. It's only $450 per team, including food, drinks, and beer. A portion of the proceeds to benefit the Anita Salas Memorial Fund, supporting breast cancer awareness. Sponsorships are available. Contact Maria Sosa at 575-914-2732 for more information and to get signed up. The first annual Dairy to Dank Golf Tournament, Saturday, October 14th at the Spring River Golf Course in Roswell. Sponsored by Pecos Valley Production. Hitting the green since 2016. This may be the biggest sales event of the whole year. The greatest sell-off is on at Roswell Honda, and that means the race is on to save big. Like a 2019 Ford Fiesta for just $329 a month, or a 2011 Toyota Highlander for just $289 a month. Plus, push, pull, or drag in your trade, and it's worth at least $2,000 towards your next vehicle. Then join Roswell Honda September 23rd from 10 to 1 for free lunch and great prizes, including your chance to win an Xbox Series X Forza Horizon bundle. The greatest sell-off on now at Roswell Honda, 2177 West 2nd.
Rosa, have you decided where you're going to college yet?
There's so many choices. I'm still not sure.
Well, I've decided to attend the University of New Mexico. It's the only Research One university in the state. It's the flagship, and their academic programs are among the best in the nation.
The University of New Mexico? Can I still apply?
Of course. UNM is New Mexico's best university, and residents of New Mexico get preference in admission. Apply now, and we'll attend UNM together.
The University of New Mexico, New Mexico's University of Opportunity. Apply today at unm.edu.
Need new windows for your home? Beware of the sales gangster. Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing and Windows here. A sales gangster is a window salesperson with the mobster mentality. They intimidate, bully, and fast talk you into buying their less than quality windows during a 3-hour pitch. Think I'm kidding? Call a few window companies and see for yourself. Or you can skip the sales gangsters and call Trustmark. We have fair, no-nonsense pricing on our premium windows, and our appointments take only about 60 to 75 minutes. Just long enough to listen to what you need, show you your options, answer your questions, and give you a straightforward quote. Then it's up to you. We can take a no just as easy as a yes, but I'll guarantee you this. No sales gangsters. Sound fair? Call Trustmark Roofing and Windows for your no-obligation spring window assessment. 575-755-7663 or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Let's face it, guys. We're living in times where the truth is becoming more suppressed and censorship is increasing at an alarming rate, especially on social media platforms. It's Clyde, and I want to tell you about a safe and secure digital playground we put together just for you. It's aftermath.media. You get access to thousands of Ground Zero archives and podcasts, along with our private social media groups with your basic membership starting at only $7 a month. Each subscription includes tech support, access to the RSS feeds, along with our own chat room and Telegram channel. In addition, the premium membership includes research study groups, webinars, a document and movie library, a live video stream of Ground Zero, a monthly Zoom chat with me, and other bonus content. Be sure to check out our yearly specials as well. Sign up today while you're thinking about it. Sign up at aftermath.media. Again, that's aftermath.media.
Here's a Mornings with Mike Winters fun fact. There are 293 ways to make change for $1. Try all 293 on the guy who keeps borrowing money from you. Here's Mike Winters.
And good morning. It is 24 minutes after 9 o'clock, and joining us in studio this morning, officially our first guest to talk this year's Eastern New Mexico State Fair, Adrienne Ragsdale, back with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Well, you don't look all flustered and things, so I think things must be going good as far as getting ready for fair. We are a week away officially, almost. I mean, because with sneak peek and with turn-ins, all that, it's, because actually for folks, because I believe some of the food and some of the home ec stuff, they turn in this weekend, right?
Right. A lot of the arts and crafts.
So if you're doing the arts and crafts side, you better get onto the fair website. Make sure you get your turn-in times right, because it's coming up like this weekend. However, officially the fair doesn't get underway till next week. We'll actually start early with a sneak peek for the carnival Friday and Saturday nights. You can come out and ride the rides. Sunday, everything's going to shut down. And then Monday, the fair will officially get underway with the official thing that the fair always officially gets underway with, the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Parade. So that's what we want to kind of focus on today. Adrienne is kind of your parade czar, the one that the keeper of the lineup and who's in and who's out and stuff like that. So, which, by the way, if you're not familiar, it's a Herculean task, because I would say the Eastern New Mexico State Fair Parade is probably the largest parade that we ever see in Roswell. We have some big ones, but none of them kind of as far as the length and the size of the Eastern New Mexico State Fair.
It's long. I mean, it's the longest. I mean, it's about 2 miles from beginning to end, and then I think once it gets started, I feel like the first entries are finished before the last ones get out of the parking lot. So yeah,
it's like that. It's
long.
It's a lot of moving parts. It's a lot. So that being said, she loves and wants to get everybody that wants to be in the parade as possible, but you got to work with her.
Absolutely.
Her to get the lineups right and get that way everyone, when the parade goes, everybody's lined up at the Wool Bowl and the right spots are supposed to be. So when they start the parade, they drop the flag and the way that everybody starts going. That's kind of how we want to do it.
We do. I've been doing this for, I think, 17 years.
So you kind of got a system now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I learn something every year still. But we always start right at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
And it doesn't always look like it's going to work, but it does work.
It is. It's well, and that's just it, because you have so many people, so many moving parts. You have everyone from kids that are barely able to walk to 100 to our centennial folks up there doing stuff. So and so it's a lot, and obviously with on every year, like you what do you get, around 100 to 200 different floats during the
we usually
entries?
Try to keep it. I mean, it usually stays under 100. That doesn't necessarily mean there's not 100 vehicles in it, but as far as entry, because of all of our first responders.
Sure, they bring a fleet of fire trucks and
I call that one entry, but it is a lot of vehicles.
Or your tractor club comes in with about 10 tractors, and that's one entry. But that's what makes the parade big and cool and wonderful, and that's why it is the most attended and the coolest parade in all of Roswell. It is.
I love it. It's a special day. I mean, school's out. A lot of businesses pause or close for a moment.
The town shuts down for half a day as we all gather to watch the parade, and then either of us make excuses to not go back to work to go to the parade, or we actually go back to work.
Or going out to the fair.
But if you're the kids and stuff, they'll be off that day of school and all that. So bring the families as soon as the parade's over. meander on down south to the fairgrounds, and I believe the carnival and all that should about 4 or 5 o'clock that evening. Everything will get underway.
Oh, it'll start earlier. It opens earlier on
I know
Monday.
the fair does, but I couldn't remember if the carnival started.
Yeah, the carnival will start, I believe. I mean, it should be going by the time people get there
so
after
about
the parade.
1, 2 o'clock that afternoon. You know, obviously they have to have, and because we have a sneak peek, the inspectors and stuff will all be there, because a lot of times in the year before, it's like, well, it depends on when the inspectors can be here to certify that we're good to go.
We went through many years of waiting on the inspectors, and we've got it down now.
That is resolved. So now, so as soon as you're done parading and get maybe get a chance to cool off a little bit, then you can head on down to the fair and get to riding and enjoying the shows. And I think livestock shows and everything get underway that night, that afternoon.
Yeah, everything, it just goes full force on Monday.
Now, here's the part where we're a little bit behind the 8 ball on. If you want to be in the fair parade for Monday, you still can.
Yes.
But today's the last day to get your entries in. We need to get, now, you might be able to sweet talk Adrienne into giving you an extension, but for the most part, we want to get all of our entries in today. That gives you and your staff time to, all right, let's create the lineup. That's, because certain people need to be in certain spots depending on what their role is and all that. And, obviously the marshal has to be in a certain spot and, in certain, traditionally we put certain people in a certain spot, and that's just, so she's got to juggle that ball and then juggle the other of, oh, by the way, there's 100 other, youth teams and church groups and everybody that have.
There's a lot to juggle, and, unfortunately everybody can't be first.
Yeah.
But, we've got to save some stuff for the middle and the end.
Absolutely.
For everybody to look forward to. And
you're going to have basically good, 2 hours of just steady different floats and things. If you stand in one spot, it's probably to see it all. It's going to take about 2 hours to get you all through all that.
It's a good estimate.
Yeah. Now, if you're new to the area, maybe not know the lay of the land here, how the parade works is it and if it's wrong, or if I'm wrong here, please tell me. But generally they assemble and everything at the Wool Bowl.
Yes.
And so it'll turn into a little snake out there in the Wool Bowl parking lot with all the different entries. So they'll leave out of the Wool Bowl, come down, College, and then they get on to Main Street. Then they will turn south Main and head towards what their Sears used to be, but that doesn't help new people because you're like, your Sears used to be. But what is that, Summit? Is that the name of that road? I can't remember.
The name of the road is Summit.
Summit, okay.
Right.
For folks who've been here a while, it's where the Sears used to be. I don't remember what. I think it's an Ashley store.
It's Ashley Furniture
store now. So they'll go south on Main till they hit there, and then it kind of breaks up and wraps up. Now, judging, and if there's going to be like a little show or performance that's part of it, that's going to be happening right in front of the courthouse lawn.
Yes.
There on the Chavez. That's where the judges' booth will be, and that's where most of the crowd starts to gather, is right there. But if you're anywhere on North Main or Main Street between College and Summit on the south end, you're going to see the parade, no problem.
You are, and there'll still be plenty of candy and treats handed out.
And a lot of times the businesses close down, so they're sitting, and their employees are sitting in lawn chairs out front watching the parade and stuff too. Usually there's vendors going up and down selling things, and of course some of the restaurants that are open might have a staff so you can pop in and grab a sandwich while the parade's going on or what have you. But come out and just support. If you're not going to participate as far as being afloat, then we love to bring your whole family. Come on out. They have rules on passing out candy and stuff, but they do have walkers and things that will be giving out freebies and stuff along the way. They can't throw it from the floats for safety reasons, but they have walkers that give out candy. And
right. There's a lot of walkers that hand out candy and have wagons full of candy.
Yeah. And if you have questions on that, as turning in a float and all that, please, Adrienne will answer all those questions on the. If you go right now to the Eastern New Mexico State Fair website, which is enmsf.com, you're going to see a thing that says entry forms. You click that. Matter of fact, one of the top things at the bottom says parade. You click on that, or I think you click participate, and then it's parade, if I remember right.
Participate, then parade.
And then you click the parade tab, and it's got all the deadlines, your link to the form, everything you need. If you have questions, a contact for Adrienne here to get whatever information you need.
Right, and you can contact the fair office, or we're very responsive to our Facebook messages or like direct messages.
Yeah, you're very active on that.
there's a team of us that try to respond as quick as possible. So.
And pro tip for that, if you don't already, I encourage you to like and follow the Eastern Mexico State Fair Facebook page. Not only do you get the latest and greatest on shows and things that are going on, but that generally is the fastest way if there's any programming or weather changes out at the fair. Like if the weather's rolling in, they're like, uh-oh, that's where those announcements come. Or, you know, we can't do this because of this, or we had to move this up because of this. That's the place where that gets put on first. So if you're going out to the fair that night, make sure you download that and look and make sure, you know, everything you want to do is doing where it's supposed to be and all that good stuff. But,
right. And our Facebook, we're just now starting to add our different entertainment acts and things that are coming, which I know different people are coming to talk about that later this week.
But you don't have to wait. You
just
can
know that it's all that information is about to just be flooding your Facebook feed.
But you can see it all now at the fair's website. You can, if you can go to enmsf.com. It's an acronym initials for Eastern New Mexico State Fair. If you haven't figured that one out, and you go there, and then and even like the fair book, it's a little different this year. Now you can go to sections. You don't have to open the whole fair book and scan through. So it's a little easier to navigate some of that if you want rules about particular shows or any of that stuff. But if you want to see all the entertainment that's on tap all week long, like almost every night there's a show or some kind of something.
We have it packed this year.
Every night, and it's something for everybody. Whether you like Hispanic music or country music or a little rock and roll, got a little bit of everything for everybody, and of course a lot of fun games and entertainment that's not music, just fun stuff going on throughout the fair. But if you go to, and we'll talk more about it next week as we get different folks in, but you can read it all and plot and plan now at enmsf.com. Including getting ready for the parade on not Monday coming up, but the Monday after.
A week from Monday.
We are, but and like I said, is this the second year y'all have done the sneak peek for the carnival? I know it was last year too, but I can't remember if y'all did it.
I think we've done it a couple of years.
Okay, which I love. It's a great way to get to do for folks that love to have the kids and everything, but you're like, I kind of am busy doing livestock shows and stuff next week, but so I don't get to ride the rides as much as I want. Well, come out Friday night or come out Saturday. Not this weekend, next weekend, and come ride all the rides and do that. It's free admission into the park. You just pay the $35 unlimited armband or pay per ride basis there and have fun. They do have
none of our vendors are open, but all of the carnivals.
They'll have their their chicken on a stick and some of their other.
They have lots of good treats.
Yeah, that's actually one of the ones I always get. Like there's certain things every year I get the fair.
You have to.
and actually chicken on a stick is one of them, and I don't know why. It's just a chicken strip, but it's long and on a stick, and it makes me happier. That way.
That's
I don't know
what it's all
about. But then I got to get that. Why? And this is a problem for me that I need to talk to my doctor about. But I spent about 7 trips in the extension office ice cream store there too before you get it.
That's a good stop.
You got to get at least a milkshake or a sundae or a cone or something every single time. And usually what I do is I go from there and then I go into the little store that's off the commercial building there, where that's got all the green chili spices and rubs
products.
And all that. And so I end up in there with an ice cream cone and I buy like 6 rubs, and it happens at least 4 times during fair week.
It's a good plan.
It is. But come out and get involved and have fun here. And don't forget, the parade is coming up, not this Monday, but 1 week from Monday. 10 a.m. will officially get underway here. Make sure you line Main Street from College all the way to Summit. Anywhere in between those, you're going to get a good spot for the parade. But like I said, the main stuff, the judging, all that will be right downtown, and it's going to be a little busier there. But if you're like, I don't like crowds, and head closer towards Summit or towards College, and it'll dissipate a little bit.
It will.
And then right after that, make your way to the fairgrounds because it's game on. Everything gets underway. Coming. Again, you can go to easternmexicostatefair.com for a fair admission and all that, and we'll talk more about some of that. We've got some special days during the week of the fair. There's going to be a ride day. Of course, senior day is always going to happen. And we'll talk a little bit more about those next week when we have our various folks in for that.
Okay.
And but you don't have to wait for that. Go to enmsf.com and you can start reading up on that. But it's a lot of stuff.
There is a lot happening out there.
There's a reason why we have the fair folks on like 4 times the week of or 5 times, because there's so many different topics to talk about.
There's a lot.
But I just for a general, if you do this, you're going to get a good fair experience. Come out to the parade, do all of that. obviously you're going to go and want to ride the rides and eat the food. That's and everyone goes to the commercial building and does all that. All those do it. Awesome. But when you're done with those things, make your way over to the other areas that sometimes the general public, I mean, the farmer rancher folks know it, but guys that just want to come and eat and ride rides and all that don't necessarily go to this side of the fair. And this is the cool part of the fair, is that livestock show ring and that education building. Those are the two places that you can see the coolest stuff at the fair that most people they spend all their time riding rides and don't make their way to.
It is, and we have a arts and crafts building full of talent, full of projects that talented individuals in our community have put on display, and it's really fun to watch and see somebody and you're like, oh, I didn't know they could make a quilt, and this is fantastic.
I'm blown away every time, and it's because there's adults that do art and crafts, there's children that do, and I sometimes dare you to if you didn't find the little tag with the kid's name and it says he's 9 or 11 years old or whatever, you would have swear like, I thought a grown person did that.
I know. It's, like I said, there's some really, really talented people that are showcased in that barn too.
We do. And plus you get to see some of the, like obviously one of the longest running little fun / bragging rights thing is that pumpkin growing contest that they do every year that gets, and you can always see the fruits of their labor in the education building. You see these 6 or 7 or 10 or so big gelatinous pumpkins that look like they just have no skeletons and they just poured them out of something.
I know, they're some monsters.
and they have to weigh them with like those same scales that they like weigh cattle with.
Yeah.
That's what they so those are in there. The model railroaders have been calling that building home for years, and you could easily, if you're just looking for a place to get a little cathartic and sit and chill and quiet they usually have bleachers and stuff right around the trains there. You can sit in there and just watch the trains go by and see all the cool cars, and it's a nice little area to cool off for a minute and just get away from the hustle and bustle of all the exciting stuff for a minute.
Well, and this year we are going to have right next to the education building, we are going to have the Canine All-Stars. So we're going to have their rescue dogs that have been trained. And so they will, they're diving. They
do their demos.
Dogs.
And
it's a really, I mean, from what I've looked at and what I've talked to the people who put it on, it's a really
cool deal,
spectacular little event. So there's all kinds of stuff.
There's always something for you to do at the fair.
Yeah.
If you get too warm, go in the air conditioning side and enjoy some of that. When you're ready to come out and do some of the outdoor stuff, then they're ready for you.
And we're supposed to have perfect weather.
Knocking on wood. Well,
so last year it got pretty wet, so hopefully we got that out of our system for a couple years.
It is. I feel like no matter what we do, there's going to be at least one day that it rains at the fair. It's like a rule. Like it has to happen one time. We just got to hope
it happens.
Either overnight
or when
during
we're not
a time
open.
when there's not shows and concerts and rodeos and things going on here.
Yeah.
Any of that stuff. And then, of course, don't forget, one more thing I'll remind you, I know we're getting on all the stuff here, but don't forget the other big climax, which would be Saturday morning, is the junior livestock auction for the kids. That's the fruit of the labor.
What we're here for.
And remember, the Chaves County Fair, they do it Fridays. The Eastern, it's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
So. And correct me if I'm wrong, but this is for kids that want to auction animals that maybe they went to other shows but didn't win, or they won but wanted to, this is their last chance to sell these animals because now that the state fair is over, this is the last window for these kids that are going to do it.
It's my understanding also.
So, and you can get involved because every year you watch it, some of these things go ungodly amounts because these are kids either college money or it's for their next project, depending on their age. That's just what happens here. And so people like to support these kids because we want to show them that there is reward for your hard work.
Right, absolutely.
And because these are going to be the kids that are ruling the city when we're all sick and tired of doing it. And so we get people that really, they pay way more than you think for a cow. But you can get involved with that and merge and chip. So you can do it for you get a bunch of people together and they all chip in or add on to it. So you can help these kids without feeling like, well, I don't have $10,000 to give to someone for an animal right now. But I can give you $100 to keep to chip in with another one. And so it's a lot of fun doing it. It's a lot of fun to watch and a lot of fun to see. So go do it. And if you've never been to a livestock show, walk to that ring and watch these kids. There's nothing more fun to me than watching a kid that's 3 feet tall and probably weighs 75 pounds soaking wet, working and handling an animal that's 800 pounds.
Right.
And doing it proficiently.
And with confidence, absolutely.
Love that. And it makes you happy.
It does.
And it is fun, too. Like, the pigs is always fun. Like, watching the kids trying to wrangle the pigs with the boards. It's hard for adults, even when the kid, it's kind of a comedy of errors, but it's also fun to see kids, doing the job. But at the same time, it's comical because pigs don't work to the same agenda as everybody else.
They don't speak English.
But again, for Fair Parade, again, today is the drop dead. This is the deadline. We want to get every entries turned in. If you need to call Adrian or call the fair office and talk to them personally. But yeah, we want to get all the parade entry forms in and done by the end of business today, so they can use next week to get everything lined up, ready to go. And do all that. Now, you don't have to have your float ready by today, but you do have your entry form turned in by today.
And we will post the lineup on Facebook and on our website as soon as it's ready.
Okay.
It's always going to be up at least Sunday before.
Yeah.
But I try to get it up, Friday. It just depends on how many.
There will be a few next week
happen,
that come on. And of course, Adrienne and does everything to say, we will work you and try to get you in here. Even though she's got the lineup perfect and set and it looks all shiny and nice, but she'll mess it up for you.
Things happen. So, we work on it. We work with our participants. Yeah. But the faster you can get registered, the faster we can get that lineup out and everybody can start making
And
plans.
don't forget, you will be there. They are judging for, like the best, the different categories in the parade as they usually do. Your best business float, your best like youth group float.
We have a patriotism award, a spirit award. Our theme this year is 101. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
Because it's our 101st year, which that is a wide open theme, open to your interpretation. So
wait till 102. 102, what you gonna do? I don't know. We're gonna figure something out. But for now, 101's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. Yeah. It's gonna be fun and safe and a great week for everybody.
Absolutely. And then I'll mention this, and I'll try to do this each time too. Pro tip: if you got the kids and the family going out to the fair, just because this happens every year, and the fair is very aware and has a very well exercised plan in place whenever this happens, but it happens every year at the fair. Kids get lost and separated from their families, and then we have to do a kind of an all-out search to make for it. Because once that's reported, the fair locks down. No one gets in or out till that kid is found. That's just how and there's a whole procedure. The law enforcement, the staff, they all have their marching orders when all this happens. That being said, if you want to help, if that does happen to you, the best way you can help expedite this thing is take a picture of your kids right before you go into the fair or the day of, so they're wearing the clothes that they're wearing, and they look.
Such a good idea.
They kind of look exactly how they're going to look when they're walking around the fair, and that way, if you do get separated or you maybe have a meeting spot, no one met at the meeting spot at the right time, and all that kind of stuff, then you can use that photo to give to the fair staff and law enforcement, so they can use that. And 9 times out of 10, when that happens, the kid's found within 5-10 minutes. And most time it's pretty quick anyway.
Right.
But when parents are proactive and have very accurate, up-to-date information, it's usually a little bit quicker. Because now when they say, oh, he's got a Captain America shirt on, they're looking for Captain America. You know what I mean? So it does help.
It does help so much.
Yeah. So just a tip for that kind of thing. And hopefully you don't need it or anything like that. But, and if you have a 30-year-old that wanders too, take a picture of them and make sure that they... Like my wife takes my picture, so when I walk away, it's like, have you seen this guy? He's usually hanging around food. Adrienne, is there anything we wanted to cover that we just spaced out or skipped on or got sidetracked on?
No, we're looking forward to a really, great year at the fair, and just appreciate everybody's support and patience and all of the things. And it's going to be fun.
And to be honest, what I love about it, and even last year, but this is a fair full on. We're just talking about fair. Not talking about COVID. Not talking about, we got to do it this way because of this. No, it's just the fair, and we're doing it because that's how we do the fair.
Yep.
So come on out and be a part of this year's fair. Don't forget admission, all that. You can find prices there. Of course, they have offer for seniors and children and adults for certain prices. Parking is free. And all the concerts and special events that are included, that are part of the fair, are included in your admission into the fair. So if you want to see any of the shows, the live concerts,
rodeo,
the rodeo, you pay to get in the fair, you are in. You guarantee a spot for the concerts and everything too. And I know like Tuesday is a special day for everyone under 2. You pay is it $25 or $35 to get in, and that includes an armband and all that. And
so Tuesday is what people. I mean, it's armband day.
Yeah.
There's always an armband
Yeah.
at the fair every day,
And that'll
just
be the
different
Tuesday.
prices. But Tuesday it's a flat fee to get in.
yeah, it comes with the armband.
Right, and if you'll do the math, if you have a family of 4, it is a great deal.
Yeah, and you hit all the rides and all that. And then I'm doing this off my head, but Thursday, if you bring in 2 canned food items, you'll get a ride bad for a $10 discount, $25
There's some
on that
yeah.
day. And then I think that day's also, is it that day that's Dollar Ride Night, or is that Wednesday? One of the days is Dollar Ride Night too. I'm just doing off the top of my head. We'll do it officially next week.
Yeah, I'm like, just go to the website. It has it all there for sure.
I'm kind of doing it off the top of my head.
I know,
But basically that's what's going on during Fair Week.
Right.
So. But parade Monday. Today's a deadline to get your entries in, and then all you need to do once you do that is get your float ready. And if you're not floating in the parade, then we'd love to see you being a spectator.
Yeah, come out and enjoy it.
Yeah. And get you a good spot anywhere on Main Street between College and Summit. And knowing that right around 2nd, 3rd, 4th courthouse lawn areas where the main shows and actions and where most of the people will be, but they spread out blocks either way.
It's full of the whole route.
It is. There's a cavalcade of people at each time.
Everybody has their spot that they like to watch from.
Yep, they do. And hopefully, like you said, no rain, no weather issues. We'll get all our rain at 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. and it'll be a nice drizzle that just dampens and keeps everything
keeps
down.
everything cool.
Well, thank you very much, Adrienne. We'll see you next time during the fair, and I'm not sure if you pop in again for another thing or not.
I don't think so, but
Okay.
I mean, never know.
You never say never. Someone's like, I can't make it. Adrienne, you're up.
That's kind of how it works.
Well, thank you. Have a good weekend, and
All right.
get some downtime this weekend because next week you will have none. So.
Oh, I know.
Thanks. All right, it is 9:50. Let us pause for local news, Hannity update, Wall Street business update, 2 commercials to pay for lunch. We'll be back. Don't go away.
Now for your Pecos Valley News update, I'm Jared Sorello. Nearly 2,500 volunteers from XL Energy and the communities it serves took action to support nonprofit organizations during the company's 13th annual Day of Service. The volunteers dedicated more than 7,200 volunteer hours in support of over 100 organizations with projects that ranged from packing meals and repairing homes for families to cleaning up nature trails and planting trees. Volunteer efforts generated $230,000 in economic impact across communities in many of the states the company serves, including Colorado, Minnesota, New Mexico, North Dakota, South Dakota, Texas, and Wisconsin. The Biden administration is announcing it will provide $600 million in funding to produce new at-home COVID-19 tests. And the government is restarting its website to allow Americans to again order up to 4 free tests per household. The program aims to prevent possible shortages during a rise in coronavirus cases that has typically come during the colder months. You're up to date. I'm Jared Sorello.
Your morning espresso starts right here. It's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
By the way, I even read a story, not that you're going to give a rip, but millionaires are afraid that they're not going to have enough money to retire anymore. Because what they thought, now, we're dealing with apples and oranges, because they now have bought into probably a standard of living that they'd like to maintain. So is it as dire for them? No, it would not be as dire for them. Can they downsize? Yeah, they can downsize. Can they, maybe get rid of, a few of their toys or whatever they spend? Yeah, you can do all of that. But if you look at the actual numbers, the percentage of Americans cutting out vacations, 53%. Groceries, 54%. You're not getting the groceries you want.
The Sean Hannity Show from coast to coast later today.
Hi, I'm Henry Winkler. My eyes are very important to me. My eyes connect me with things I love.
I loved my late father-in-law dearly. He always lit up a room, but his vision dimmed with age. He had age-related macular degeneration, or AMD. And since partnering with Apellis, I've learned there's an advanced form of the disease called geographic atrophy, or GA. His struggle with vision loss made me want to help others know about GA's warning signs. For some, straight lines seem wavy, like when looking at a door frame. For others, blurry or missing spots can make it hard to read or see loved ones' faces. Many have trouble seeing in low light, making driving at night difficult. GA gets worse over time and cannot be reversed. If you've been diagnosed with AMD and notice vision changes, don't wait. Talk to your eye doctor about GA today. Learn more at GAWon'tWait.com. That's GAWon'tWait.com.
I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton with your Pecos Valley weather. We'll get mostly sunny skies today, and the heat comes back with low pressure over eastern New Mexico and high pressure over the Four Corners. Mid to upper 90s for the afternoon high today. Cloudy overnight with low 60s, and then hot again on Saturday, upper 90s to about 100, and sunny will be in the mid to upper 90s with sunshine Sunday. That's your latest forecast. I'm meteorologist Steve Hamilton.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason. Following yesterday's heavy losses, it was a mixed open this morning for Wall Street. Big tech took a big hit yesterday after the Federal Reserve indicated it may cut interest rates next year by only half of what it predicted earlier. Amazon Prime Video will start showing ads during shows and movies early next year, saying that Prime members can pay $2.99 a month to avoid the ads. The company says that ad revenue will help it continue investing in compelling content and keep increasing that investment over a long period of time. European Union antitrust enforcers have slapped Intel with a fresh $400 million fine as part of a long-running legal fight. Intel accused by EU regulators of engaging in anti-competitive practices. A Russian ban on gas and diesel exports has been fueling a further rise in crude oil prices. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Rich Thomason.
Did you get a lowball trade offer on your vehicle? Did you spend hours haggling over prices? Were you laughed at because of your credit? Of course not. You made the smart choice and went to Roswell Ford. At Roswell Ford, there's never been a better time to save thousands and get approved for the new car or quality pre-owned vehicle you've always wanted. Our lenders' approval requirements are more forgiving than ever. If you have a steady job and proof of residence, you could be approved in minutes. Even with bad credit or no credit, over mileage on your lease, or buried on your loan, Roswell Ford will take any trade, even if you owe $6,000, $8,000, even $10,000 more than your old car is worth, regardless of make, miles, or condition. If you're looking for a new or quality pre-owned vehicle at or near your current monthly payment with little or no money down, visit Roswell Ford today for incredible savings. Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main in Roswell. Plus tax and tag, trade balance refinance to the new loan, subject to lender approval, offers not combined.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Our God created everything, Genesis says. Most of us have accepted that as fact, but haven't really thought through how awesome it makes our God. Everything started with Him, nothing before and nothing without Him. Do you want a God that is anything less or less able to do what God did and continues to do? He didn't stop there. He not only created everything, but He took the time to create man and woman in His image, different and more than any other part of His creation. He put Himself into each human. Not only that, but He gave us free will to decide to follow Him, to choose Him as our God. Even though He created us, He wanted to give us a choice to choose Him, to make the right choice, not necessarily the easiest choice or the popular choice, but certainly the best choice. He gives us this choice even though He knows that we're going to mess up, that we're going to use that free will that He gave us to make bad decisions. But then He offers His salvation and forgiveness, ongoing, every day, because we've chosen Him.
Join us at the Country Club Road Church of Christ for worship at 10 a.m. on Sunday. Located on the corner of Country Club and Washington in Roswell.
Check out some of the bargains you'll find this week at your Farmers Country Markets, like choice beef bottom round roast for $4.49 a pound, baby back pork ribs $2.77 a pound, Craven Flavor skillet dinners $5.48, Banquet Classic dinners 3 for $5, and fresh collard, mustard, and turnip greens for $1.69 a bunch. Don't miss these and many other bargains this week at your Farmers Country Markets. Due to the COVID-19 virus, product availability may be limited.
Every piece of land has a story, written by those who work it. But everyone's story is different. So the question is, how will you tell yours? Behind the wheel of a John Deere compact tractor, mower, or Gator utility vehicle. Run with us and start telling your story today.
Stop by Pecos Valley Equipment in Artesia and Roswell, or visit us online at pecosvalleyequipment.com.
Hey, this is Jennifer from Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's worst nightmare. You know storm chasers, those out-of-town roofers that descend on neighborhoods after big storms. They come in, do a crummy job, then poof, they're gone forever. Well, a few years ago, our area had a hailstorm, and right on cue, storm chasers showed up. I was driving home from work one evening and saw one talking to an elderly lady on her porch. I said, "Not today, buddy." I did a U-turn, pulled in the driveway, and walked right up to them. I warned the woman who they were talking to, and I chased away the storm chaser. The woman's daughter called me later and said a storm chaser ripped them off a few years ago. She thanked me for stopping this one and chose Trustmark for her roof. Trustmark Roofing. Every storm chaser's nightmare. Every homeowner's champion. Call today for your 20% off coupon for our spring and roof gutter maintenance service. 575-755-ROOF. Or visit TrustmarkRoofPros.com.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Are you ready to make a real difference in your community? Introducing the New Mexico Army National Guard. Serve your community with pride and become a part-time hero. Join our dedicated team and enjoy the adventure of a lifetime. Get full-time benefits without sacrificing your current career or education. When disaster strikes and your community needs assistance, you'll be there to lend a helping hand. So don't miss out on the opportunity to receive education, adventure, and financial stability, all while serving your country. Get started by visiting our website, nationalguard.com/NM.
Roswell's home for talk radio is 106.5 FM, KEND Roswell.
And that's going to do it for us. Have an amazing weekend. We'll be back bright and early 7 a.m. tomorrow. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your day. Take care.
Breaking news this hour from